are already about to finish high school, and other ones going into high school. I'm like, damn, bro, time is flying, bro. I used to change our diapers. That's crazy, bro.
Dude, that's just crazy.
Yeah, they're going to, some of them are in college already.
That's insane, dude.
And some of my friends are 40 years old, 42, 45, that I grew up with, 38, 36, 37, you know what I'm saying? I got some younger heads, but majority of my friends are pretty older.
That's crazy how time goes, man. Next thing you know.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I was just outside playing football with the homies.
That's why you gotta cherish life, man, because you never know, right? It's like you gotta appreciate all these things, because not only does time fly by, but you just don't know, when you're gonna have to see how many more sunsets, or how many times you're gonna experience things like that. These kids are only gonna be young once and grow up once, so it's like, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it is. It is. Right now the sun is settling over here in Florida, and I can see it, but it's going like the tree line, so it's gonna go down the tree. But I get to. It looks beautiful, like the way it's going down, and the trees are right here, So it's like it's beautiful.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, man. What you been up to all day though?
Actually, I did my usual. Went for walks. I just got back from a long walk, and then just got ready for this. And then I made 3 new clips for my socials or whatever. So I was working.
I made a highlight. Yeah, that's what's up.
Hi, Dreamy. So yeah, that's what I was
Hi,
doing.
Dreamy.
Just so Jay says hi. Gemini says hi. Just so you guys are aware too. Gemini had already told Jay. So I'm doing my podcast now early, but at like 2:50, I'm going to switch over to the GGL Discord, because that's where we're actually going to do the actual podcast, and then so I'm just hanging out here until then. But you guys are more than welcome. And then after tonight,
am I able to speak here? Talk here?
Yeah, just know we're live on the podcast, but absolutely, man, you're absolutely able to speak.
Okay, I was just making sure I was like interrupting important conversation.
You're so proper and so kind. I love that about you, bro. That inspires me to be a greater person.
He's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. But yeah, you can speak. Like I said, this isn't the actual special guest part. This is just me firing up the podcast because I wasn't streaming. I was just
that's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog.
So what's up, man? What's up?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Hanging out. I seen you Cutter's notification pop up on my phone. I was like, see what's up.
That shit better come with like a siren and shit. Boo, boo, Cutter's on, Cutter's on. Wake up everybody in the house. Oh shit, everybody get to the couch. Cutter's on.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Hey, so did you get because I was talking to Dreamy a little bit. Did you get your things situated yet? So, getting a wireless headset's not gonna fix the problem. I hope you didn't get one yet.
What is the problem then?
Let me see what she was telling me, because she texted me last night. And she's in here right now too. So if you go to the stream, you could see if she types in the chat. I don't know if she wants to hop in here, but her mic doesn't work. She said, I think he did, but he said he needs a wireless headset, but because that's what I told you, and he said, but a wireless headset only screws it up more. Because she went and got the same one that you got, the capture card, to like test it out and see what was going on, and then I think that's what the last she said. But Dreamy, are you there? Did you ever figure out what is the issue?
She went and got it. She went and bought that. Just to test it out.
I mean, not to say anything about Gemini, but it's not like super expensive. But yeah, she went to do it. I did send him an entire list of steps I took. Oh
no, it's just the fact that she went and got one just to figure it out. That's dope, bro.
So then, what do I do to block? Like no matter what, if I hook my, how am I supposed to hear the game? How am I supposed to talk? How do I do all that?
She's working on a fix for you right now. Sometimes, like I said, when we did all my setup, once I did the 2 PC setup and got the capture card, it like took 2 days of just finding the right things, because then we had to figure out how to get this audio in, and then this audio wasn't coming in, and then I had to double feed, so I had to mute the mic audio.
So, but my only issue is, I think my only issue is that so like everything works, mic works, all that, but so like, let's say if we're not playing in Discord or anything like that,
Right.
which I can like run through my Xbox too.
Right.
How can I say? So like if I plug my mic, like I can only use my mic that my PC mic for my PC. I can only use my mic for my console. And if I plug in my headphones into my controller, then it just shuts out the audio to the stream. So I don't know. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I mean, the only other option is because you have a PC, right? Because you're streaming it to your TV. From the Xbox to your TV and your monitor, right?
Yeah.
And so so I'm clear. So what you're getting is you can't hear the game at all, and the stream can't hear the game or the mic audio. Is that correct?
No. So wait,
Okay.
repeat that again.
So you said when you have when you're doing that, you can't hear the game audio off the Xbox, and the stream can't hear the game audio, but they also can't hear your mic audio, like you talking. Like, are they getting?
No,
what are they getting?
They're only getting my voice.
So they're getting no game audio.
They're not getting no game. They can see the game, all that. They can hear me.
Right.
They cannot hear the game audio once I plug in my gaming headphones into my controller.
And you can't hear the gaming audio at all either?
I can hear the game, yeah, no, for sure. If I plug my headphones into my controller, I'll hear the game.
So you can. So it's something to do with that. That cancels it out. So I don't know what the...
I'm just wondering, are like streamers just playing strictly off the PC so that all that is connected, or
That's probably, I mean, I can tell you right now, that's what a lot of people are doing, is they're streaming their Xbox straight to their PC through the capture card and doing it that way, and then the capture card, and then all the audio is getting pulled through the capture card to your stream off of that. In about 3 hours, I will see if the fix I have will work. Yeah, well, we got a podcast in half an hour, a big one. Because yeah, I'm trying to think. And so yeah, and she's saying a wireless headset with a mic. Well, so a wireless headset with a mic wouldn't do it. Oh, you know why? I know why. I'm trying to think, because if you're if it's going through the capture card from the Xbox, not only that capture card should be audio and video, and unless there's some kind of setting, or because it has chat link built into it, right? Because
what?
So chat link is like for your mic audio and stuff, but it should be pulling if it's pulling the video, it should be pulling the audio, unless. Maybe there's a setting on the Xbox. The capture card he has does not have chat link built in. Okay. So you would have to get a separate one. But because like my capture card has chat link built into it.
Is that Elgato?
Mine's an Elgato. Yeah, it's an Elgato 4KS. It was a little bit pricier. But yeah, not to say anything about that, because the chat link, you can get like another one, like a chat link thing separate. But I'm trying to figure out why it's not pulling your audio too from the Xbox, unless there's like a setting on the Xbox. I ordered a chat link cable. It will be here tonight. I'll see if it works. So it might be the chat. So she's gonna bring the chat link. She just ordered a chat link cable too. So it might be, that might be what the issue could be. So we'll have to wait and see on that now. Otherwise, just do it how you were doing it before if you're still streaming and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, everything I do is through the... Oh, he left. I'm fucking talking! Don't walk away with me when I'm talking. Well, Also, I sent Gemini the steps on what he needs to change on his Xbox. Okay, I'll ask him when he gets back. He stepped away. So we'll try to get that set up here. So when he gets back, we're gonna just vibe out. I'm gonna show some of the clips that I made. I made some new ones that are gonna go up. So today's not doing too great. The one on YouTube, it's on TikTok, is at 121 views, but 25 likes. So I mean, the like amount. On Instagram, not so great. But it could be where it comes in later. So only 5 likes and.
Hit it. And you did it with the player in your ear pinging.
Uh-oh. Queenie's here. And 167. Gemini, Dreamy should have sent you something that told you how to do your the settings to set up on your Xbox. So you have to have certain capture cards, yeah. By the way, guys, this is a precursor to the actual podcast, which is at 3 o'clock, about 2:50. I'm going to switch over to the GGL Discord, and then I'll be back on camera, and then I'm going to be doing it out of that community Discord, so I won't be in this one, but we'll still be on YouTube and Twitch. Yes, well, certain capture cards do more, like mine has the chat link built in and everything. Hey, what's up, Cerveza? Welcome in, bud. Yeah, we're just kind of doing a a prologue? A prologue podcast. So, but like mine has, I have an Elgato 4KS capture card, and it's got the chat link and stuff built in, but we still had to do like 2 days of like manipulating it to get it to work right. I just got a capture card, using it again, got it for 20. Yeah, I think that's close to the same one that Gemini has and Dreamy just bought. Mine was a little more expensive. It was an Elgato, and they kind of come with a price tag, but for what I'm trying to do with my life here, it was an investment. So, but that's neither here nor there. It just means it's a little, it's a brand name that whatever, and it has chat link built in. So, yeah, problem is the budget one from Amazon with no brand. Yeah. Hey, you use what you can, right? I've used, I just got lucky enough that I had my community help me get the things that I have. So, but the Elgato is definitely a good brand. So I would definitely use that. Yeah, Monster actually makes most of them. Yeah, Monster, I have extra some of the LED lights I have are Monster lighting. Yeah, if it works for you, that's all that matters. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't, whether or not mine was a little bit pricier has nothing to do with it. I just know for what I'm trying to do, like obviously, if I don't know if this is not your life, and even if it is, like you spend what you spend, and you get what you work. It doesn't matter. I've had generic products. These headset, even though it's cool with the LED lights, these are a $40 freaking cheap ass Amazon off-brand headset. Eventually, do I want to get a really nice high-end, Beats or something like that? Yeah, but right now they work. So, how were your games, Queenie? Sunshine, I got sunshine on a cloudy day. I used to have an Elgato, $300, I think. I sold it for $60 on eBay. Let someone else get lucky with that deal. Dude, that's a good deal, yeah. The Elgato capture card I got was $159, I think. But, again, that's neither here nor there. You get what you need. You get what you want. Just like my mic is a Milano, okay. So
I need, so I'm understanding right here that I need a chat link cord, an Elgato, yep, and a wireless headset.
Yeah, so the chat link is, yeah, she's gonna, wait.
I have everything here. Like she wrote me a whole testimony. Okay. Yeah, testimony right here about how to.
Well, she's testing all that on her stuff. So before you make a move to go buy a wireless headset or get that chat link, let's see what she figures out, and then if it's yeah, that's what you need, and it sounds like it's probably what you're gonna need. Then go for it if you have the money, obviously. Yeah,
if you watch this real quick. I don't know. Sorry to interrupt you.
The Elgato's are more plug and play capable than off-brand capture cards. Yeah, I sold it when I stopped streaming for a year. Now I'm happy with this $20 PC. Hey, it works.
You read this? This is it. This is what she sent me right here. It's a lot.
Oh, are
But,
you?
I'm understanding. You see, yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Sorry.
God damn, that's a book.
But it makes it's like if you are using a headset for your mic, then things get more complicated. Obviously, you will need a headset with a 3.5 jack and a cord that is called the Chat Link.
Yep.
They are made for Elgato captures. Right here, my wireless headset is a Microsoft Bluetooth headset that connects to both my PC and my Xbox at the same time in order for everything to work well. So I guess I would need. What my understanding is the Chat Link cord,
and the
Elgato.
wireless. Yeah.
And
if you're gonna go headset and you have the money, go Turtle Beach. Turtle Beaches are fucking phenomenal. The one that I have from my Xbox, I've now had going on like 8 or 9 years, and it's still. I mean, it's showing its age, but that's regardless. Just get a decent wireless headset, the Chat Link, and it sounds like that's probably what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
I'm back on the game till the kids get back. I'll keep you up, but might not answer. You're fine. Like I said, briefly at about 2:50, I'm gonna go off camera and switch over to the GGL Discord and then back on. So anybody that's in the GGL, obviously, if you guys come in there, just mute when you come in, and then Shippo and I are gonna talk. Anybody that's obviously not in the GGL Discord, you guys, I will be live on Twitch and YouTube. And if anybody doesn't follow me on YouTube and you guys maybe can't get it on Twitch and you guys want to still watch me another way, go follow me on YouTube. I'm still sitting on 5 subscribers, but I only started streaming the podcast to YouTube like maybe a month ago. So there's my little shameless self-promo on my own podcast. I think I'm allowed to do that. So, yeah. But just let her like officially test it out, but it sounds like that's what you'll need, bud. And then... you get what you want to get. You don't have to get a Turtle Beach. I'm just saying. I know that if you're trying to go like a really good gaming headset, I mean, my Turtle Beach is like off the hook. Those are my favorite ones.
So I'm trying to get I guess just so everything runs correctly and smoothly. I think those are my options right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because I just don't want the blockage of the audio. If I'm like.
Survey all that just to say put wire here. Yep.
Yeah, I have this guy right here for my PC, which doesn't connect to my Xbox, and I have these right here that are wired. So, which I just understood.
Will be here between 5 to 7 tonight, Gemini's time. Okay, so.
What happened to your wireless?
So tell him not to buy anything at the moment. Yeah, that's what we're saying. We're just advising don't get crazy yet and buy anything. Let's test it out, and then we'll officially tell you and then you go look at what you want. But don't buy anything like right this second. Don't do anything yet.
Oh, okay. Let's Dreamy. We gotta schedule something so you can show me them settings and stuff for.
Yeah, her stuff will be in. It'll be in tonight. So we'll see how that goes. But before you jump on buying something, just wait, because I don't want you to get something that you have to return or you're not happy with or it doesn't work. And even though we kind of know the route that you're going to have to go, we want to save you the trouble. That's like part of what we're doing here. So let her figure it out. Okay. Let us figure it out, and then we'll go. Okay, go, and then go get your shit. Yeah.
All right, I'll stay put then, and then just wait for that update.
Yeah. That way because we want you to have it right. That way you get it and you get it hooked up, you get it put together, and then you're like, this is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let her be the one returning everything. That's why she's the legendary mod. She's amazing. So, yeah.
What time is your podcast? Or your
the actual special guest? It's gonna be at 3. So I'm gonna just switch from here to the GGL at about 10 till, so people can pop in over there and stuff. But I'll stay live. I'm not going off live until we're done. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'll catch up with your guest podcast, and then I'll stick around. I'm just gonna hop out of here real quick.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Do your thing, and I'll be back at 3, like I said, in the GGL. So, and then I'll be on my sites. So.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Cool, bud.
Peace.
Later. All right. So yeah, we'll do that. Did you guys see that? You see that back there? You guys like my board? All that and the color. See that? All backwards. I had to write it all backwards. And I hung my blanket. It's a little bit of, looks a little bit better, right? So it's not the fucking, so we're not looking at the bed and you know, a white closet while we're podcasting. But I did, so I don't know how they're doing. And then, so not doing great. The clips I put up today. I didn't check YouTube. So YouTube, I put it at 10:30 with all the others, and it got 0 views. After I checked it after like an hour or so. So I reposted it, and when I reposted it, at one point it had a few more views. I reposted it at like 1 o'clock. Because it wasn't getting anything. Yeah, it's at 36. So, I don't know. Better than before, but the last time it did that, the next day, it was at like 800. So, I don't know. I guess it's, you know, algorithms are a hit and miss. I've been getting pretty consistently decent numbers for me, considering I'm in the hundreds and above the 1,000 mark. When before I was probably maybe lucky to get 100. And never any likes, so. But I have 4 clips ready to go starting tomorrow. I made 3 new ones. While we're just chilling before I leave here in a little bit, do you guys want to check out the new clips that I made? I'll show you the one that's going to go up tomorrow. I think we all saw the one that went up today. The one with me with the graceful Raider, so we don't necessarily have to watch that one. Unless you guys want to. But there is one, I don't know. Queen, are you still here? Sunshine, are you still here? Before you go, or if you got to go play your game or whatever, I want to show you the one that I made that that you need to see. Dreamy reached an 18 or an 85 streak. Yeah, absolutely. You can't smell. Absolutely. Hey, that looked right to me. Did she freaking leave already? She's addicted to dead. God damn it. Well, this is the one. Ouch! We're gonna have to go this way. We're gonna take a short little drop. And another short little drop. So, are there any players out there? We got an arc on me. I got an arc on us. Going in the bus here. Nope. I'm gonna go on the bus. Nope. On the bus. That's not a player. Okay. Let me get there. Please, God, let there be a power cell. Power second floor right now. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I caught myself. Oh, my God. What? Oh, you're... Okay, I'm ready. Oh, shit. Oh, did you see that? Oh, no. Hold on, we gotta. Here, I'm jumping, and we're gonna hide right here. Ouch! Oh, that was YouTube anyway. Sorry. Okay. So then this is the one going up tomorrow. Which I know we kind of showed these, but we're going to look them over. This one's the one going up tomorrow.
Sometimes it's dirt in here. It's like this long ass hallway.
Sometimes, yeah. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh my god. That's such horseshit.
This is not Ruby.
I had a tick on my face. Yeah.
A what? Person?
A tick on my face. Okay, that's that one. And then that's tomorrow. And then this one, And she's not here. She walked away, but that's okay. You're gonna miss out. We'll show it later. We're friendly. We're coming out that way. Oh, actually, let's go this way. Over here. This is a shortcut. You ready? Follow the leader. Okay, so we're gonna go around this way. She sounded so thrilled. Yeah. And then we're gonna jump over up on this ledge right here. And you'll see right down there. It's gonna hurt. Come on, babe, jump. Do it. And I got that. Clip that. So we got that on stream because I watched you all the way from. And you're gonna hit this. Come over here. Sorry, that was me.
Ah, what's that?
I know. So great. Just watching her go all the way down. And then this one. This is the next one I made. That's swing and a miss and a miss and a miss.
Yeah, stick the fire before on Cutter.
Oh, it did. Yeah, sticking on me. Oh, you missed. Did you see it launch over my head?
You did it. You're not.
Get over here. Get over here.
Alright, come on, let's
That was
go,
embarrassing.
boys.
I hope nobody.
I'm embarrassing.
Good thing I'm not screaming. No, I am.
No, we have to call it again. There's a tick around here somewhere too.
It's on my face. Again. Just drop it. You know that.
Yeah.
You don't do what I do. Just don't do what I do.
I'm trying to slow down.
It's right there. It's right there. Hammer it. Where's the hammer? I couldn't hit fucking shit with that hammer. This is like stone. And then this one's squad wipe. This was when we were. I couldn't hit shit with that fucking hammer, and those things move so erratically. But you see the one part where it like that fucking it launched over my head, missed my face again. Oh, I got a fucking drone on me. I tried to pull him.
I got this drone for you, Cut.
Okay. I got him.
Right gun.
I got another one. Nice try, guys. Happy New Year.
Why are you gonna kill us?
Look at them all just crawling around like bugs. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. Josh over here first. They're crazy over here beating the shit out of them.
That's right. That's right.
So, anyway, there we go. So, anyway, those are the ones that are coming up here. I hope you guys liked them. In a couple of minutes here, I'm going to switch over, so I'll be going off camera, but stick around if you guys want, please. We're going to be having a guy from the GGL come on. 3M Shippo is his name. I love their please. Yeah, why you gotta kill us? Yeah. Right as the song gets all emotional. I love putting that song with some of those like that because it's just funny, but why you gotta kill us? And then you see like all four of them just like crawling around on the ground. I'm like, it's nothing personal. If you see how some of my raids go, it's nothing personal. And all I know is I started shooting because my teammate got shot at, so I just ran in there and helped him out. So that's how we do it. And that, my friends, is a little bit of our creators. As you notice, I have a lot of clips of that because that game is absolutely goated. So, alright. Give me just a minute. I'm actually going to jump out of here and I will be right back in a second. I'll still be live. I'm just going to switch over to the GGL Discord because the guest that's in there is in the Global Gaming League Discord. And I'll be right back up in just a second. See? Just like that. I bet you guys didn't even know. I was like a ninja. Okay. Oiki? Oki? Well, it's like Oki. Is that like Oki for Oki? Okay. Oki. Oki, don't you know? That's what it looks like. Oki, don't you know? You're switching. Yeah, you're going to the new podcast. Oki. Oki. I like it. I like it. Is my makeup good? Or is my eyeliner good? My lipstick, is it straight? Is my blush good? Okay. All right. So yeah. So early podcast. After the podcast, I'm probably gonna eat, and then I'll be back. Depending on the time, we might watch the episode 3 of Fallout, because that came out on the 31st as well. Probably overshadowed by the ending of Stranger Things, which was crazy, amazing, absolutely amazing, very emotional. I was crying a few times. Some stuff hit personal, and then the other was just absolutely sad to see everybody go. You know, you kind of. It's crazy to say for people, but you kind of like they kind of feel like distant family members, right? Distant relatives that are like moving on and stuff like that. Because I've been there since day one, and then it's just like you watch you watch them grow up in the show. You kind of grow up a little bit with them. You watch the show evolve, and then it's like all good things must come to an end, unfortunately. But we got good news. The Duffer Brothers officially announced that there will be a spin-off. New cast, new location, tie into that story, but new story all on its own. So I'm predicting it might have something to do with Holly and her friends creating, so we'll see. Might have tie-ins with like some of the characters and stuff like that. But that's the end of that story. So yeah, we're sad to watch it go. So we'll probably do that, and then after that, we'll play some Arc Raiders, the goated Arc Raiders, which if you guys know, that's like a game I'm absolutely obsessed with right now. I'm almost at the 150 hour mark, so that'll be good. And then I think that's our man right there.
Yeah, I'm just in the middle of doing some DoorDash ordering for groceries.
Do your thing, man. You tell me when you're ready. I'm just vibing out, hanging out right now.
No, it's always good to vibe out a bit. I felt I was looking at it. I'm like, do I want Bob Evans or do I want Main Street for mac and cheese.
That's a decision you have to make on your own, because I know nothing of either of those places or where they're even located.
Oh no, I'm just ordering from Winn-Dixie.
I don't even know what
It's
that
just
is.
you toss Winn-Dixie's like a Kroger's.
Oh, okay.
Or
like a
yeah.
okay, makes sense. I didn't know if it was
Yeah,
like
it
a fancy mac and cheese restaurant or something like that.
no. It's just like refrigerated that you just toss in the oven kind of mac and cheese.
Nice.
Yeah, I just was trying to see which one was on sale.
Hey man, I used to love getting those freaking like frozen lasagnas from freaking Walmart and popping. Those were like actually good lasagna, and their pizzas.
No, I know.
Their pizzas are killer, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm right now just looking at them like, you know what? I'm gonna make myself a little bit of mac and cheese as my own little treat. It's a $0 delivery fee as long as the bill's over $40.
Nice.
And the thing is, they have a lot of buy one get one free stuff right now.
Well, you can get a lot of mac and a lot of cheese.
Well, no, I got a lot of cheese because both myself and the fiance love cheese, but she's more of an egg kind of. She likes breakfast, so they have eggs on sale, buy one get one free. So I'm like, you know what? She can't complain. When she makes an omelet, she uses like 6 eggs, 6 to 8 eggs.
Damn. That's a lot of eggs. So are you the mac and cheese one? Like, I hate the powder.
No,
Like,
I can't do powder. It actually has to have some kind of cheese sauce.
Yeah, cheese sauce, or like the people that make like the 5 cheeses where they melt all the cheese down. There you go. But
Well, no, the thing is, I will literally, I have heavy cream in my fridge on purpose for me to make mac and cheese from scratch if I need to.
oh, nice.
So, and I'm buying the shredded cheese on sale, so I can literally make myself a mac and cheese if I want to, but I don't want to. I want to spend some time for this podcast,
Yeah,
not be in the kitchen.
And we don't want you hangry, so get your mac and cheese.
Yeah, no. I made myself a sandwich, so I'm holding myself off really well. So that's not an issue. It was more of just me looking at the deals, what they have. Bargain. My fiance trusts me to bargain shop everything for the house.
Nice.
And I think I have enough rice for me to do one of these. But do I want to make stew? Let's see.
Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, where we shop with 3MP Shippo. Shopping with Shippo. There we go. That's what you should have named the podcast. Shopping with Shippo.
Shopping with Shippo. Oh, Lordy. Actually, no, I know what she's going to enjoy. And they have it on sale, too. Let's go. They have hot dogs on sale.
Even better. Dreamy's throwing out recipes. 8-ounce shredded cheddar. 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon.
Violet's here to vibe out.
And Violet's here to vibe out. If she's driving home, that means she's T-painting at some point.
No, I'm home.
Oh, you are home?
I got up at noon, yeah.
Oh, okay, so no auto T-painting, okay.
Oh, this is going to be so
really what she's doing is she's low-key playing Fortnite in the background. She's like, yeah, I'm at your podcast, Cutter. And then she's over here, get him!
Mommy!
There's one over the hill!
I thought about it.
It's not zombies, so...
Yeah, no. Zombies is taking a back seat to Fortnite, apparently.
Just for a little bit. I've always loved the zombies.
Well, again, like usual...
I don't want to touch zombies for a hot minute because of the fact I already got every camo you can get in zombies. It's been what? The game's been out for what? About a month and a half?
I know, I've seen you on every time on there. Playing. I'm like, damn, he's grinding.
Okay, I'm going to just check out on this shopping cart, get this situated.
Well, I do have it on my PC, Violet, and just like with zombies and my hatred for Call of Duty, I still play it with the community. So I probably will be there depending on if anything crazy happens here. But
wait, what? Fortnite?
Yeah.
Oh,
just for that. Just like, hey, the only time I play zombies is with you and your event. Other than that, so it's going to be the first time you're going to ever, you guys, if I do play it, it will be the first time that you catch me on Fortnite, other than the time I played Lego Fortnite with my daughter.
Hell yeah.
But
I'm
I do
serious,
it for
we're
you.
going to visit you. I know where you live. I'm gonna go to your house.
My absolute
Excuse
obsession is
you.
Arc Raiders. So.
Pause.
Yo, what's up, CJ? We are chilling right now. We are actually shopping with Shippo. Welcome to the Cutterdawg Podcast, where we are shopping with Shippo. Where Shippo shops for his greatest favorite on sale food items, including mac and cheese.
And hot dogs.
And hot dogs. There you go. You got to have hot dogs in your mac and cheese, right?
I used to do that as a kid, but this is going to be the weirdest and hot take. Did anybody else grow up putting ketchup in their mac and cheese?
No.
I, like, when it was dry, like, you know how sometimes you get that mac and cheese or you reheat it and it's dry? I would kind of top it with that just to give it, like, a sauce feel, but never on a regular basis did I do that.
No, like, I was a kid. I remember doing it twice as a kid. I don't know why. I tried it once again as an adult, and I absolutely hated it and said, what the fuck was I thinking when I was a kid? Oh, wait, I should ask, is there swearing allowed or swearing is not allowed?
Oh, yeah, no.
I should have stopped.
No. My podcast is 18 and over. There's sexual content parameters. There's, drugs and alcohol if we talk about that kind of stuff. Just obviously, the normal things like nothing, obviously no one's going to be racist or bigot or anything. No. But no, you can say fuck this and fuck that. That's absolutely...
Yeah.
That's up to you. Like some people like...
I just wanted to be...
So, yeah, you can use language if you feel like that.
I had to just double check there. I'm like, oh wait, I just dropped the F-bomb. Let me make sure this is even okay.
No, it's like casual, professional. Like it's not like we have like thousands of thousands, so it's fine. It's you being you, right? If you come to my house and you're talking to me, you're probably gonna drop an F-bomb or two. So it's just feel comfortable enough that obviously you're not turning it into like the F-bomb or inappropriate joke podcast, but other than that, dude, feel free to just be yourself. That's what I always tell people. You're hanging out on my couch. You're not like on an interview chair or a hot seat or anything like that.
No, but what I will say is I just cracked open a nice little mini Pinot Grigio, and I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Okay. Is that water, by the way?
What, Pinot Grigio?
Yeah.
No, it's wine.
Oh, okay. I have
cracked open a white wine.
I have ice water. Does that count?
Yeah, cheers.
CJ said it's not after hours yet. Yeah, so whenever you're ready to go. So, like, that's what I was just saying. So we'll just, like, officially start the podcast. So, I don't know a ton about, I keep wanting to say 3 p.m., but it's not. 3MP Shippo, which we're going to get to that question. That is the one question that I do ask everybody. But, I just wanted it to be, like, literally my podcast is just a variety one where, like, all you guys do is come on like you're hanging out at my house. Like, we're literally sitting on a couch. There just happens to be a TV screen in between us. Like, that's how I want you to feel about it. So, I don't, like, I have things to, like, maybe touch on that we could talk about, but I just like to talk to people. I know part of my story.
I get you.
You know what I've been through. I don't want people to feel like on a hot seat. I literally want it to be like, we're just going to tell our stories. You're going to share with me what you want. And I happen to have a microphone for you to talk into because I want to share with other people. And so that's like,
not a problem,
that's
brother.
the vibe. So, you can talk about whatever you want, like everything from your childhood, what you did, all that. But I do want to ask, so one of the biggest things I always do ask everybody, because just like everybody has a story, every scar tells a story, everybody has a cross to bear, all this stuff like that. Gamer tags, Discord handles, Twitch handles, all those also, for the most part, all have a story and there's a reason behind them. So, and I don't know if you had ever told me. I know we talk into GGL.
We want the story of 3MP Shippo.
We want the story
the name
of
itself.
3MP Shippo, yes. So
okay, so actually, this name was the final name I settled upon around 8.5 years ago. 3MP Shippo originated from what I used to use as my handle back in the Smash community as 3MP Smash. Reason I use 3MP is because of the fact that everything actually used to be EMP. My initials are EMP. My name's Eric Matthew Pardo.
Oh, cool.
So and having the initials and I used to play a lot of COD, having my initials be the same thing as a kill streak, the EMP kill streak, it felt like I had to just make that as my tag, EMP. And the thing was, I played a lot of COD and I played a lot of of fighting games, and Marvel versus Capcom was one of the biggest ones in my childhood, and I always played with Hulk. What does Hulk always say? Hulk Smash.
Hulk Smash.
So my name was actually
like,
my name was
not much
EMP
more.
Smash. Yeah. So my tag originally was EMP Smash. And then I went to I competed at a few locals during the Brawl to Smash 4 era.
Okay.
And never really had any issues with my tag until I went to an actual like regional tournament, like a major tournament. There was actually a gaming team, I did not know this and had no correlation with them, that went by the name of Team EMP, that they were in the process of trademarking. I don't know if they ever did, nor do I care. I'm not a confrontational person. They actually walked up to me and politely asked if I could change my name in bracket so there was no confusion between their players and myself. I was very cooperative with it. I said, you know what, that's not a problem. I told the TO, the tournament organizer, hey, just switch the E to a 3. Just flip it around. So at that point, I was 3MP Smash for about a year and a half.
Oh.
And I started getting into streaming. Like I started trying to do on Twitch streaming, but I never streamed playing Smash Bros. Or fighting games. I was streaming shooters, horror games. So the name 3MP Smash wasn't really sitting right because the community knew me from the Smash community and some of the other fighting games like Street Fighter and Tekken, but it wasn't like it didn't fit for when I wanted to branch into content creation. So at that point, I decided, let me pick a character from my childhood I love the most. My favorite anime character is Shippo. It's a little fox demon from Inuyasha. If anybody has not seen Inuyasha, I recommend it. It's a decent starter anime. Very simple romance fantasy anime. Okay. Just keep in mind it is dated. The animation is from like the late 90s, early 2000s. So I decided to swap my name to 3MP Shippo. I was still going to the local tournaments. I actually started getting into casting them at the time. And while doing that, while like trying to start getting myself into the casting gig, back then, this was like around 2016, I want to say. Around 2016. I started getting into casting, but I was also trying to make content like on PUBG, Rainbow Six Siege, stuff like that at the local LAN center. Then when I started getting some traction was when the LAN center decided to host a major, and we had very big names in the Smash community come to that tournament. From ESAM, MVD, Vicky Kitty, DJ Jax, Nick Riddle, like a lot of these names. If you're in the Smash community, you're probably familiar with a lot of these names that I'm mentioning. But aside from actually, even outside of the Smash community, people in Marvel, Apex, Overwatch, all of you should know who Vicky Kitty is. She's one of the biggest casters in all of those leagues. But she originated from Smash, and she's from my area in South Florida. From that point forward, I wanted to kind of separate myself from Smash after doing the casting and really start diving into content creation. So when I started doing the content creation and I put casting on hold, I was kind of working part-time at Bass Pro Shops. So the money I was making at Bass Pro Shop was kind of preventing me from going to the LAN center to cast tournaments or do anything. So I just resided to just making content because Bass Pro Shop was right around the corner from my house. I could walk there, save money on gas, just everything felt like it was falling in line. Then while working at Bass Pro Shop, I got my letter from Twitch hitting my affiliate. This was like, I think, around 2018. get my affiliates. This is before I started like picking a brand style or image. So I was kind of just at work, and the first thing that comes to mind is because I had this sitting on my bed back in the day. I had a giant dinosaur helmet, like those mascot dinosaur heads.
Okay.
Like the cloth ones.
Yeah.
I had that just sitting on my bed. I'm like, you know what? Let me start making it the dinosaur. Plus, it kind of fit in with the fact that I loved playing Yoshi. So it started flowing. I started getting the hang of it. I'm like, okay, I think I got an idea. But after designing the dinosaur that I have, like the original emotes I have, which is also all my follower emotes, I felt like there was something missing to this whole backdrop, this whole persona I wanted to create. A lot of the people who were watching my channel, aside from a few friends that I met through gaming, were people from the South Florida Smash community that knew me as the tipsy caster. I was notorious because of having jitters, like being nervous of talking, that I would have a rum and coke with me in like one of the venues was at a movie theater. I would get the largest cup that they would have, fill it up with Coke, and then drink about an eighth off the top and throw rum in it, and just sit there through the whole event casting while drinking a rum and Coke. And then after that, at the other LAN center, I actually was making drinks for the owner of the LAN center, and some of us that were over the age of 21. I was just making some drinks, and he was like, "Oh, look at this, our little bartender." Then that's where I started to adopt the idea of the dinosaur bartender. So I ran into somebody within my community through Dead by Daylight who was also an artist, Imathavamp. She designed my first image that I wanted to do of the dinosaur bartender. If anybody's from the South, and I'm just going to say from the South in general, because I don't know how far north this store goes. If you've heard of the place Publix, my character looked exactly like the Publix dinosaur. But he was wearing a tux and carrying a mixer.
Nice.
Instead of carrying shopping cart bags. Now, proceeding from that, I ended up finding out I have a skin condition called blepharitis, which I thought it was just like a sty that I was getting, and it was just really, but it wouldn't go away. So I went to the doctor. They said I have a skin condition called blepharitis. It's similar to styes, but they actually grow under the eyelid.
Okay.
Like completely under the eyelid and in clusters. It happens due to either very high stress or from allergies. For me, it happens 2 times out of the year, which is during spring when pollen is really high and my allergies kick in, and in winter time around Christmas because of the fact of stress for Christmas shopping. And also, I can't be in the shopping mall without having a massive sneeze attack going through the perfume aisle. I can't stand the smell of perfumes. So I would always get those styes around those 2 times out of the year. So in regards to it, I got self-conscious about how I looked on camera. And again, Imathavamp came up with the idea of just turning me into a VTuber. The idea was kind of between, do we design me as a human wearing like a dinosaur outfit, or just make me a dinosaur, but a dinosaur but with the suit. I ended up going for the human look with like a jacket and all that stuff, and stuck with that because I still wanted the motion sensor to recognize my facial expressions, as well as I came up with a little quote that I would say every so often. I'm the bartender. I call the shots.
Nice.
So that became the whole thing. I'd actually tried making that into merch, but I never got with a company to do that. So that idea slipped through the cracks. But aside from that, I kept that going, that aspect going as a caster. Not as a caster, as a content creator. While that's going on, I went into an org for competitive Warzone back in the beginning of Verdansk.
Okay.
With Guilty Esports. I met a few of my closest friends through there, one of which is Sufi. I met Sufi all the way back then in 2019. And I met Pagares back in 2017. So both of them are in the GGL Discord. If you haven't spoken with them, I would definitely say at them, tell them, hey, Shippo sent you. Shippo sent you to them for some good vibes and some good games. Sufi is a Marvel addict, while Pagares is an Apex addict.
I think I've crossed chatting with them at some point or another. The names sound familiar, but I haven't actively spoken to them much. But
I would definitely advise giving them.
Oh yeah, Pagares.
Down with them.
Actually, now I know that name. Pagares actually was one of the guys, I think, with Blessed that was kind of trying to help me on.
Yeah,
my
Pagares
most hated game ever, Apex Legends, second most hated game.
Pagares is actually one of the only people I met through gaming that lived in a whole nother state that I've actually met in person. Him and his wife actually flew down here to Florida for a major tournament that I was casting and tournament organizing called Ultimate Gamer.
Okay.
And I met up with them, had some pizza with them, introduced them to Cuban coffee. To this day, he still begs me to send him Cuban coffee because he has never had coffee as good as Cuban coffee. It is literally, we call it liquid crack because of how much caffeine content that's in there. They serve it to you in a 1 ounce shot glass. Cutter. That's how much coffee they tell you if you've never had that Cuban coffee before. Just take one ounce of it. That's the serving size.
That's crazy.
I drink an entire coffee cup, like a 32-ounce coffee cup, full of it.
Well,
and I'm talking about straight.
I don't even. So you're talking to a guy who doesn't even drink coffee. Can you believe that? I'm like the odd person out of a lot of things, right? No alcohol, and I don't drink coffee.
No. Do you drink tea?
I do drink tea, iced tea, and chai tea. I do drink tea. Yeah.
Yeah. So you still have your, as the pun says, your own cup of tea.
This is true.
So going back to it, during that time that I was going through the org, met some amazing people. One of the people I met in that org actually is in Vegas Inferno. He's one of their signed content creators, Havoc. He's awesome guy. I've been buddies with him throughout the entirety of both of us being in that org. We both left that org together at the same time. I was his mod for a long time. And if anybody is familiar with the people at Vegas Inferno, if you tell them that Shippo told you about Havoc's My Little Pony, he will cringe. His face will visibly cringe. I wish I still had the video. I deleted it because I'm like, it was more of an in-the-moment thing.
Right.
Both him and I are known for having legendary crash outs on a game. And
nice.
His crash out and this is something you probably can relate to, Cutter. His crash out on Call of Duty was him saying this game is so garbage that his sister can develop a better version of this game. He would rather play My Little Pony Rescue Adventures than play this shit. That was his crash out.
I don't like to call it crashing out. I like to call it objectively accurate diagnosis of a terribly horrible game. But yeah,
well, the thing was, we've had moments like that on multiple different games.
That's funny, yeah,
and it's a boiling point. It's just a matter of getting to a boiling point.
Oh yeah.
But He's gotten better from that since that time. He still laughs at that moment, like he couldn't believe he used to get that intense about it when it's only a video game. But
I'll crash out on some games. I think people on my stream have seen that, so I don't like to do that all the time because that used to be like the older version of me. But yeah, there are times where I will absolutely crash out. Yeah, I'll crash out.
And plus, it raises your raises your blood pressure a little too much sometimes. As you get older in age, you come to take a look at your blood pressure and be like, "God damn, I shouldn't have done that."
What are you trying to say?
Brother, I'm up there too.
What are you trying to say, man? What are you trying to say? No,
Watch your health. That's what I'm trying to say.
And I do very much
be careful
so
of your health
for obvious reasons. And my heart and
Yeah.
blood pressure is obviously something that they definitely check a lot too. So I get you. I'm just making light of it, obviously.
Yeah. Where were we? After all of that, I decided to go solo for a hot bit. Got a decent traction doing Dead by Daylight mainly, and some solo games. I tried doing like a series of solo games, try to find something that was my niche. Wanted to get into speedrunning, like speedrunning solo games, because I wanted to get on GDQ to do a charity event. I wanted to help with, because Games Done Quick, which is actually a very known speedrunning community, always they're always doing charity events, like their Winterfest, I believe it was. It was either winter or summer that they don't, any money that they make during the event goes to Doctors Without Borders. And they have raised, I think, last year they raised about like $5 million or $6 million to Doctors Without Borders.
Nice.
And part of me wants to be a part of that kind of community that's giving back. And sometimes, every time that I'm just watching like one of their old runs on YouTube, part of me is like, I want to be on that couch that's just talking about the game, being that vibes again, which kind of started getting my urge to start casting to come back. Then comes the opportunity of Tournament of Champions, which was a community of gamers that do like trivia games. They were originally doing like a trivia competition, Gamers Feud, that they would do like a family feud of content creators, or Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? They did stuff like that. And the winners of that show would get invited to what they call the Tournament of Champions, where you're competing over 6 games. And I think the one I was in, the grand prize was like $5,000. Yeah, $5,000. It was free entry, no cost. I ended up placing in 10th on on the sole fact that they caught somebody cheating during one of the games, but they found out and they finished reviewing the clip right after they finished the final game of the day, and I was already eliminated. I was eliminated in 11th. So they went to do the top 10 players in the final game of the day. And once they finished reviewing the footage of the guy who was cheating, who was in top 10, they disqualified him, and I got 10th place. I wanted to compete to try to get within top 5, but they already finished it. It was too late in the night. So there was a positive and a negative to it, but it came to that. From there, the next year, so to speak, of their season, I asked if I could be part of the casting, like the actual cast and stuff like that for the tournament. They had ideas for me to do that, and we were about to actually go ahead and start doing that. I was also, in the end, working with some other content creators that I met through there. I think, I forgot what his name is. Famous COD content creator who dresses up like Benjamin Franklin. If somebody wants to say it in chat, like I ran into him during that tournament, but I can't remember his name right now. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, you're honestly, like, I'll give you a little bit of context at some point, but you're talking to the wrong guy about like knowing content creators' names, considering I only started
but if anybody,
this year. Does anybody else know who he's talking about? He dresses up like Ben Franklin?
Yeah, Ben Franklin. He's a Call of Duty content creator. There's a bunch of memes of him out there. Or he dresses up like in Colonial. clothing.
Oh, okay. I don't know if anybody knows.
I would greatly appreciate it because it would kickstart and break this ADHD thought process.
Maybe I'll get my mom to do some research and then she'll get back to us.
But after all of that, I was actually getting ready. Like, I was playing some Modern Warfare 3, and I was about to go swap to Dead by Daylight. And then I got hit with a freak accident. In Florida, in April, I want to say this is about 4 years ago now. It's about 4 years ago. I'm in an area that's right by the airport that it got hit with the freakish amount of rain that it broke the record of rainfall for the month of for a long time. It flooded the airport. It flooded my apartment. I lost my car, lost my gaming PC, lost my monitor. Like, I think in damages of what I lost was around $8,000 in damages. $8,000 to $9,000 in damages. FEMA didn't give me anything. They said because of my age and my income, I was making too much money. Mind you, I was only getting paid $22 an hour. Working full-time, 40 hours a week, $22 an hour, living by myself. They said I was making too much money at that for my age to be making that. I was 26. That was 20. Yeah, I was 26. It was before I turned 27. I was baffled by it, by the fact that they said that.
Hey, not to cut you off before you continue. Is it? She came up with. Is it Benjamins or Benjamins?
Yeah, Benjamins.
Okay, there you go. Good job, Rudy.
Yeah,
thank you.
that's
okay.
Yeah, that's literally what it was. I knew it was Ben something. Like,
good word. But, okay, now you can feel better.
Yeah, I feel a lot better. So that happened before I could actually do the casting of the tournament to get back into casting. And at that same time, I was also trying to get back into competitive gaming. Like Sufi Pagers and I were trying to get into a battle royale game that was starting to come up at the time before they pulled out of the US, which was Farlight 84. Like, Sufi was ranked 1. Pagers, I think, was like ranked 2 or 3, and I was ranked 4 in the US.
Yeah.
We were the most dominant players on that game. And losing the PC, I could no longer keep that competition going. Now, fast forwarding about a year and a half, I meet the woman who's now my fiance. I ran into her again. I met her before through some friends, and she was in a relationship with somebody at the time. But I'm doing the fast forward part where I ran into her again to find out she was single. And funnily enough, I was already working jobs and all this other stuff. I was just wanted to go out to eat. And I asked her, hey, do you want to go have a drink after your shift? She goes, actually, yeah, I don't have a ride home anyways. I'm like, do you mind? I'm like, sure, why not?
It's 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
Drinking a ride.
So, yeah, no, we stopped at a local arcade called Glitch Bar, had a beer, just caught up, just to catch up as friends. And then I dropped her back off at her house. Then next day, I told her when I was dropping off, if you ever want to ride home, just let me know. You don't have to worry about spending money on Lyfts or Ubers. So next day, she takes a Lyft, and she calls me after she got home from the Lyft because the Lyft driver was being a creeper. Like, the guy actually tried following her up to her apartment.
Jesus.
So I said, just send me your address. I'll swing by to check to see if there's a guy still standing out at your apartment. And when all that happened, got there was nobody there. I texted her saying, "Hey, look, I'm outside. There's nobody here." She opens the door, sees that it's just me standing out there, and all happy, and asked me to stay there for the night. I slept on the couch respectfully. And
good boy.
Good boy. From then on, we just started to talk. Like, we started talking. Then I took her out on a date to go get some sushi and to go throw axes. Yes, interesting first date. I take a Mexican woman to go throw axes.
Sushi and axes. I mean, if that doesn't scream hot first date, I don't know what does.
I know, right? Just get dressed in flannel and throwing axes.
Let's go.
Had a phenomenal first couple dates, and then I asked her, like, officially to be just exclusively just me and her. It was right before Thanksgiving. It was like a couple days before, or a week before, something like that. And she gladly said yes. Then brought her and her mom to my family's Thanksgiving dinner, because it was just her and her mom living together. So she comes over with her mother. Like, I drove them over there. Amazing night, amazing Thanksgiving night. Then we go back. I take her back home to her mother, with her mother. Fast forwarding a bit more, I start getting back into, I start wanting to come back to gaming, and it's coming close to around my birthday. I'm born in August 1st. I'm a Leo. She wanted to try to get me a PC. I refused to let her do that. Completely refused. So she did the cutest thing, bought me my PS5. I told her, I'm not going to let that fly without me paying you back. But she did originally buy me my PS5. I appreciate her for it completely. I love the console. But I made sure to pay her back. Because of the fact is, she uses most of her money to take lifts to go to work.
Right.
I'm not going to let her be without money to go to work and back. She starts coming on upon the end of her lease, and her and I were talking about moving in together. The only thing was discussing about her mom, because her mom wouldn't be able to fit into my apartment because I have a 1-bedroom, and she had originally a 2-bedroom. Her mom says she wants to move back to her sister's house. So her mother moves back to California to live with her sister. And my now fiance moves in with me. I don't have the video readily available because my cell phone broke today. So I can't post it in the Discord. If there's anybody that has access to my Instagram or my TikTok, 3MP Shippo, you can go ahead and see the video there of the proposal.
Hold on a second.
Man's going to the page right now.
We're going. Hey, you said it. Let's do it. First of all,
I'll let you take
you. Okay. Is it okay? Which one is it?
On Instagram, it should be the most recent one.
The one in red that says, official?
Yeah.
Okay, is it okay if we show it on the podcast?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, let me actually put it big for my stream to see, so.
I'm on the console right now because it's the best mic I have right now.
Okay, just so you guys are clear, if it's a little bit loud, sorry, I can't change volume on this. But let me hold on, let me restart it. Fireworks, bro, that's...
I timed that thing way too well because
That
I knew
was,
the fire
dude, that was on
barrage.
point.
She was baffled and astounded by it, that it was completely planned to that extent. And now we're just, she's always been supportive of me wanting to do gaming and content.
That's amazing.
So
dude.
she's more appreciative of understanding it now, because I told her first and foremost, she's my first priority. I love my dream, don't get me wrong, but she is my first priority because she is my life.
I know the feeling, man.
Now I'm gonna backtrack a little bit back to the GGL.
But can we all just take a moment and comment on how, like, ridiculously, like, fucking movie that was right there? Like, and
cinema!
That was absolute cinema, and then the timing of the fireworks, like, dude, you're just making all the rest of us look bad. Not that I've asked too many people to marry us, but, like, that was just too perfect. So, okay, anyway, go on with what you were saying.
Yeah, no, time to backtrack a little bit more towards how, kind of where you and I met, and where how I came about being more of a caster again.
Yeah, because we were gonna head that way.
Yeah, going back in that route. I'm getting another, Grigio.
Hey, buddy, there's a 3 Pinot Grigio limit.
Don't worry, I only need 2.
There you go.
Backtracking. I stumbled upon the GGL when Sufi and I were thinking about taking Call of Duty serious, Black Ops 6. I had all of his login info, like, because I made his account for Monster, and all this some other stuff for us to enter tournaments, and then GGL popped up as like the early alpha section of it popped up on my phone. I sent it to Sufi, but I had the funny feeling he wasn't going to see it till the next day because it was already like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I applied him. I sent it to Pagairs so he could see it. And I got all me and my 2 main homies to sign up. And this leading into it, when we got into the GGL Discord, Sufi was really getting into Marvel Rivals. I hadn't touched it because I liked playing hero shooters on mouse and keyboard. I felt it was more of a mandatory thing to play mouse and keyboard than controller, so I was kind of resistant to playing Marvel. Then comes the Marvel Rivals first community tournament. Sufi was on Toji's team, and they needed somebody to help. I was already trying to plan to cast that one, but because they needed a substitute support, I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I was kind of under the weather anyways. So in that tournament, Toji's team, we made it all the way to finals and met Boomer's team all the way in finals. And Boomer's team being Big Steppers at the time, like he already had the name Big Steppers on there. Toji thought it would be funny to just name our team Little Steppers. So we made that joke for that moment going forward, that there's Big Steppers and Little Steppers.
Yeah, I remember you guys.
Yeah. Then the vibes were going great. From my understanding, Toji wasn't going to compete in the second Marvel Rivals tournament, the second community one. Sufi was on Boomer's team already, and I told Toji, hey, is it okay if I can cast it? And I think Mike Strato was also all for the idea too. So during that time, and I think you witnessed it as well, I became the first person to actually openly cast in the GGL.
Yeah, I was there, I remember.
The gaming tournaments.
I totally remember.
And that's when we started pushing more on the caster's role and stuff of that nature. So that being the case, I kind of felt somewhat of a sense of responsibility of, look, I just reopened the door here for everybody to really start engaging with each other. I need to keep going with this. Sufi was already telling me on the back end that him and Boomer were really interested on wanting to compete in actual other tournaments as like a group of people that met through the GGL and keep the Big Steppers name. I asked, hey, is it okay if I cast your matches? I really want to get back into casting, and I think you guys would be a lot of fun. We already have good vibes together when we sit around and call. And Boomer was all for the idea. I think there was, again, this is my memory of it because I don't have access to the chat from back then. I believe Boomer himself said that he was also thinking about asking me to join them as well to be the caster. So mutually, we both wanted to work with each other. Then moving forward, I became the Big Steppers main caster while still trying to cast some of the events that was going on in the GGL. And going about it, I got to see the growth of actual competitive spirit, of people that met through one community and just kept moving forward and improving and improving. And from watching them in their first MRC, which was back in season 3, which I remember that team completely. It was, or almost completely. It was Boomer, one of his buddies, Sufi, I want to say Synthetic. I can't remember the two strategists at the time. It might have been Kurami and Sonata. I think those were the two supports at the time, all of which are GGL members, by the way. They all showed up for it really phenomenally. For the matter, it was a great showing for the first time trying to go into MRC. Then, when after that MRC finished, they felt like they wanted to go. They knew they can go even further. So from there on, they actually started recruiting, and I got to witness such an immense jump in growth within them that it just made me more excited to cast them. Like, even on one of my days off, like I was coming back to watching it, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the clip as well, where Clinton and the GGL reached out to Big Steppers and flew them out to Vegas to compete for World Video Game Day.
Only thing I ever knew about that was something was mentioned in the GGL, like I think around the time. I remember hearing of it. I didn't see anything about it. It just was like we're flying Big Steppers out, and then everybody was all like, like that meme, with the guy screaming and stuff like that. We were all like excited for you. I don't know if wherever there was a video, but I do remember
there is a legitimate video on YouTube where they even show them all landing in Vegas.
Do we need to look it up?
I'm going to try to find it real quick
for
you on my work laptop while checking on the status of my delivery.
Yep, shopping with Shippo. If you guys weren't here for that, you missed out at the beginning. The prologue to the podcast was shopping with Shippo. He's doing some of his grocery shopping, so we hung out and we were hanging out with him while he did it. But yeah, I do remember when they had mentioned I know they threw a big thing in the Discord about it. So, you think it's on the GGL social page too? Oh, okay. So CJ says it might be.
Yes, it is actually on the Global Gaming League. We flew them out to Las Vegas to play Marvel Rivals. That's the name of the channel. Oh, the video, but it's on the Global Gaming League's YouTube channel.
Okay.
It was posted a month ago. And this is actually in between the middle of the regular MRC. I was one of those people in that call when all of that was happening. I was literally just looking at random Marvel updates.
I'm gonna try to see if I can find it.
Yeah, just look up Global Gaming League.
Yeah,
Global Gaming League, and do Big Steppers in YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
And literally, the video will say we flew them out to Las Vegas.
Well, here it is. We flew them out to Las Vegas to play Marvel Rivals.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, hold on one second.
Just gaming and.
I'll mute while you do that video because that's quick. That's about 8 minutes.
Okay. We all good watching that? Yeah, let's watch that. Let me make sure that I have. Yep. Oh wait, actually we want to.
Though we took all of our competition seriously, I mean, we had no idea it could go this far.
Hear that, the Global Gaming League!
Global Gaming Level. Oh, what's up, dude? Is this the Global Gaming League channel? Alright, now I feel like I gotta play really big if y'all are watching now. Y'all got me all nervous, man. Don't let us distract. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. How's Big Steppers doing? Pretty good. We all like started this whole thing back in late April, May. It was kind of when we all met in GGL. Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of hard work. I've had a lot of help and stuff along the way. I kind of always wanted to play competitively. And then I did try to join in Rivals. It was like a little toxic. So like, it's kind of one of those things like, if I wanted to play competitively, like I felt like kind of had to make it for myself a little bit. Speaking of playing competitively, what is it, like a new GGL tournament or something? We love doing GGL tournaments. We've been in like all of them, I think. How would you feel about playing against OVU and Inferno in person on Vegas on the 18th? Wait, what? We'd like to play. Wait, no, are you serious?
What mark are we on in the video? Because I can't see on the console right now.
The second mark?
They want us to fly to Vegas to
right
okay,
about
so
123.
Okay, so you're still early in. Alright, let me.
They said that they're gonna take care of flights and hotel for us. We're in. Let's do it. I cannot believe this.
Big Steppers, Clint Sparks here. We're so excited to have you represent the GGL and come compete here in Las Vegas. Please check your email for your flight.
Just real quick, you guys on Twitch and stuff, you guys can hear this, right? Because I had to change the audio setting, but you guys can hear the video and everything. Somebody would tell me if you couldn't, because I have to do a tweaking thing. You can't? Okay, good. Just making sure.
Itinerary, and we'll see you guys soon. Be safe.
We're here at the Austin airport getting ready to fly out to Vegas. You know, feeling pretty good. I never thought we'd be fly out to Vegas. So I'm feeling really good, really excited. Excited to see you guys at the end of the flight.
Very excited to go to Vegas. See you there.
Very excited. Saying goodbye to my ghosts. Saying goodbye to my doggy Caesar. Say goodbye.
I'm honestly just so excited to meet all of the boys finally after 5 months of some hard training and practice.
Feel really proud of everybody. Past couple months since we've started, everybody's put in an insane amount of work. Sufi, who's kind of been around the longest, he's been up when the sun rises with me working on things to make sure from an admin perspective we're all ready to go.
I was incredibly excited to be able to actually meet the team that took so long to put together with Boomer. Just extremely thankful that we actually got this opportunity as a team that's so young.
Annie, my fellow Vanguard player, I feel incredibly comfortable when I get to play with her. She's a phenomenal player. She's a really great listener, but she's also really good about voicing what the team needs.
When I first heard I'm going to be flying out to Vegas to play Marvel Rivals, I felt absolutely amazing. I've been in esports for like a good 7 years now. This is the first time I actually got to go to a LAN event.
When it comes to the Duelist WoW, I really appreciate how much he's open about what he needs in the game. It's really important to me that he voices his opinions on that sort of thing, and I think that helps us a lot.
When I heard I'd be flying to Las Vegas, I was really just nervous and excited. It's just like a really big opportunity for gaming, and that's just something I really like to do.
When it comes to Luxon being a strategist, He's been around since the very, very beginning of all this. He manages a really great calendar. He keeps everybody in the loop on what he needs. So he's done a really good job of actually being like an adult through a lot of this.
I was absolutely pumped. This is my first time ever doing something like this. I was so excited to get to experience something like this.
When it comes to Spook coming in, I think she brings a new and like fresh, young energy to the team. That's something we really need sometimes. She does a really good job of kind of bringing the morale up and keep everybody laughing, especially when, you know, things get a little bit hard.
I was so ready for it to fail or not actually go through. And when I saw the flight ticket, I was like, oh crap, this is really happening. And I was really excited.
It was one of those things you kind of got to hear it twice. It felt unreal, and even now it still feels a little bit unreal.
Hello. What is up? Hey guys. Big group hug. Box opening. Double hack? What does it mean? We couldn't do this, guys, if you didn't put the work in. What do you think, y'all? Fire.
And if it isn't the amazing OG in here too.
Yes, he is. I've just seen that.
Do you guys have names that you play as? I mean, when it's now, Lucky, DPS.
Are we getting around to closer to where they're actually showing gameplay from us?
We're at about 5:22.
Yeah, this is around the time where they're actually showing the gameplay footage. I was actually casting this on my channel before we actually decided to do some changes. We decided to make a new route on this matter, but I casted these matches and their MRC matches while they were at the LAN.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah.
The Big Steppers as a whole, you know, whether it's me as the person who kind of leads it, any of the staff or any of the players, I feel like everybody has gotten help somewhere along this journey and along their individual journey. And GGL has been an open place and an open source for us to seek help, ask the right questions, get answers, and be able to make something of that.
GGL is here to dominate in some Marvel rivals, but will Allied Esports stop them?
My favorite team fight came from the very first game that we were in. The enemy team blew absolutely everything on us all at once. Annie had called that everyone overused, and the very next thing that happened was Boomer and WoW did a Groot plus Bucky combo that wiped the entire enemy team.
Wow, Big Steppers already starting us out, just said, you know what, we are diving in. You're going for the fight right out of the gate. This is Allied Esports crumbling to the Steppers.
And we knew that the enemy team had Hella ult, and I was looking to grab one of their tanks, but instead I saw their Hella, so I grabbed the Hella and pulled her into the team, and we knew that she had ult, and she just insta-died.
Everything just felt like I was in a dream. Like, I never thought in a million years I would even be going into esports. Being on a stage and competing just was awesome.
Staying over here. Remember, we're in overtime right now. If they're not able to hold on, they are out of the tournament.
My worst moment of the game was when I accidentally ulted as Doctor Strange while the enemy Doctor Strange was ulting, and that caused it to cancel my ult. But they gave me this massive opportunity to fly out all the way to Vegas and play the sport I love on the stage, which is absolutely amazing.
Go Boomer. Boomer is amazing. And I do want to give him big thanks for having me on Big Steppers.
He's in my Twitch chat right now, so he can hear you.
Really close games. It wasn't like
Big Daddy Boomer.
Back and forth. We had both teams answering.
But seriously, all love to the guy.
So well done. Such high level gameplay and much respect.
One note before I introduce the other person I want to introduce in this call, ironically. News. I did want to bring this up. You remember how you saw the proposal earlier, right, Cutter?
Yeah.
So I do want to advise the wedding party that I'm having for the groomsmen will be Boomer, Sufi, and Pagers.
Nice.
I'm literally having the big. I'm having the Big Steppers as my groomsmen. Now, what they don't know, what I haven't told them yet, is our walk-up song will be that Big Steppers song that they did in the first promotional video.
Nice. That's awesome. That's really cool. Just shows all these things that how gaming really brings like all these people and things together.
It's they're not really just like friends. They are
family.
my family.
Yeah.
They are like they're my the family that I chose to have. I'm an adopted child, and I didn't really grow up with any of my biological siblings. And my adoptive siblings are 20 years older than I am. So I can't really ask them for advice or talk to them at a somewhat relevant age gap for questions, because it's different eras in a sense. It's like I can ask my adoptive brother for advice, but it's more like asking my dad than my actual brother, or like asking an uncle for advice.
Right.
So I did want to point out the fact that the Big Steppers pretty much are going to be the groomsmen. And the other thing I want to announce, or introduce actually, my co-caster Sammy Cat, who's actually vibing out in the call as well.
Yeah.
Where she's going to be joining me tomorrow on the Big Steppers channel, because we decided to swap all casting to Big Steppers on Twitch. Big Steppers GG.
Yeah, they're in the chat too right now, and I actually went over there and followed you guys when I saw you mention it, and I was listening to you and Sammy Cat's like cast, and I thought it was really amazing, and I made a point to come back, even though I think I was heading to dinner at the time, but I pulled you guys up, and it's really cool. If I can like interrupt you just for a second, I think it's really cool what you do, because I don't think of people really like, you know, a little bit of context. Like my whole former life was just gaming and doing and being dumb, and like I never realized the world of like competitive gaming or just gaming in general, casting, that like, you know, it's like sports announcers like at a football game, they cast like these games and stuff. So watching you guys and listening to you guys do that, it was pretty amazing. I think it's a really cool thing. I think it's an aspect of gaming that people don't like, one, know about, two, or like aware about, or really like listen to it. It's just like it's the game itself, or it's the tournament itself, but like there's a lot of cool talent and uniqueness that go into like people that like actually cast. So because I'm a big fan too of even SportsCenter and watching games, is I love listening to the sports announcers and the telecasters and the color commentators. Like Joe Buck is one of my favorite announcers. So sometimes half the awesomeness of the game or the esports or any of that is listening to like the casters. So I went over to your guys' channel not too long ago and finally followed it, because I didn't even really know like about it. But listening to you guys cast and stuff, it's crazy. It's cool. It's
literally it was something that I brought up to Boomer as like, hey, look, we're growing. I don't think it's fair that it's under my name, especially if we're going to be bringing in other casters, that it being under my name of the channel. I think it's rightfully so, that we do the Big Steppers as its own channel, as its own entity.
Yeah.
And he did like the idea of that. He agreed with it completely. Now, like I said, I do want to introduce my co-caster and the second caster that Big Steppers has ever brought in, Sammy Cat. If you can go ahead, take the floor for a bit.
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Sammy. Yeah, I actually really liked what you said about casting. It's very like undermined in terms of like the world of esports, because it's obviously it's heavily focused on the game itself, but we're not really looking at like the people behind the scenes, like the managers and like the casting and the broadcasting crews, and those people like actually bring gaming to life and like those productions. So it's really good to like be a part of that. And I actually just started casting this year, like literally last month. So the stream with the Big Steppers was probably like my third or fourth time ever casting. So it was really nerve-wracking, but I had a really great time. Like Shippo was really easy to like bounce back and forward off of. So we were like, it was pretty fluid. Our conversation it felt so. Yeah, it was a really great opportunity to cast, and I am really excited to keep doing that with this org because they've been really great to me. So
Yeah, and
it's
that's
always
cool.
good to give back.
Yeah, and it's really cool, and that's cool that you like find a passion. And like I said, like people, it adds to me, like it adds something to the game because you almost get like a little more hyped. You even like learn a thing or two. You like understand and respect the game, and then it sometimes gives you that drive to be like, God, I want to, like I understand now about like the game and stuff like that. And I think when you listen to people casting the game, it just gives it a whole another perspective on a game, like watching a football game. Like if you just put it on the TV and walk away with the sound down, it's nothing but noise. It's not noise. It's nothing but just something on a TV. Whereas if you're listening to the people and you listen to it, it just gives you a whole new like vibe and hype level, I think. And I think it's amazing that you guys do it because, again, like I said, until I got home from my transplant last year, I really did not see this side or even know about this side of gaming, let alone the casting side of it. And I think it's a whole interesting and awesome perspective, and it just gives a new vibe to gaming. It's like there's so much more to gaming than just a controller in your hand or a mouse and keyboard and you're playing a game. And when you have things like casting and you cast it like you're calling an NFL football game, like to me that's amazing because being a sports guy, like that's amazing. So I think it's really awesome what you guys do.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. I've had a great time casting, so yeah, I'm just excited to keep going with that.
And I do want to say, if you guys also want to experience this, I'm just going to flat out plug it. Big Steppers will be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. I believe that's 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. your time.
Yes. Yeah, 10 a.m.
So
10 a.m. for me.
10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time for our MRC matches. Boomer, you probably know the position better than I do. I want to say it's top 32 that we're playing in right now, or top 60. It's either top 64 or top 32. I think it's top 32 though. Correct me if I'm wrong, Boomer. But our first match of the day is in top 30 for top 32, and it is going to be an amazing first match of the day. So you guys do tune in. You'll hear myself and Sammy Cat and watch the Big Steppers going at it for MRC against some of the biggest powerhouses.
Yeah, Big Steppers said, yes, we will. Sorry to cut you guys off. I'm just reading what they said. Yes, we will. Currently top 48 out of 2,500 team in North America. One more win, and we are top 32.
So playing for top 32. I was on the right track on that.
And I'll be there because that's about the time I actually sit at my computer, do a lot of editing, and that's what I was doing when I watched you guys and was listening to you guys. I had my headphones on, so I'll definitely be tuning in. So you guys all make sure you guys go check it out, and that's awesome for Big Steppers. That's crazy. Like,
no, and the reason why I want to emphasize how good of a position this is because of the fact this year, or specifically this season of of MRC, there's no Ignite. There's none of the pro teams in North America are actively playing. Like it's no separate branch. So all the big teams that you're seeing right now in bracket are all powerhouse teams, some of which are players from the pro scene being split into separate teams. Like one of the teams in bracket, Mutants, is literally a team built up from the pro team FlyQuest and the pro team 100 Thieves. Like we're talking about teams that we are competing against are pro tier 1 teams, and we are sitting there with the best of the best.
Hey, hold that thought real quick. I'm gonna plug you guys one more time. So Big Steppers, GG, guys, you see in my chat over on Twitch. Make sure you follow him. I have a legendary mod Dream who will absolutely follow you guys. Go check them out tomorrow in 10, and always look for them. Support them. They're amazing what they're doing. Their journey that they're on is absolutely amazing, and these two casters that are in here are part of that. So make sure you guys go follow them. There's a shout out there if you don't already, and please go support them and cheer them on. If they don't, they may not see you in chat with everything that's going on. You know, I mean, obviously they're doing something, but they could feel the support there. So please go make sure you guys support them and support our casters and all that good stuff for sure. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries. I'm probably gonna have the chat open on my TV behind me, having the TV muted, so that way I can turn around and see the chat. But in all seriousness, to sum it up, the whole thing about me is it's just I'm very straightforward to what you see is really what you're gonna get, and I try to make that very clear because you have to live life being the best version of yourself, and I try to give that being as a caster and as a content creator, giving that high energy vibes that I am at all times. So if anybody in the chat that's watching wants to get into like content creation, casting, or even competitive gaming, give it your best shot, going with your best foot forward, because you never know what setbacks you're gonna get, what's gonna be thrown at you. Just give it your fullest, give it your heart. If you really want to do it, give it your full heart and attention to it.
Yeah, I mean
that's pretty much what I want to leave it off on.
No, I mean I totally agree. I'm gonna hit you with some questions though. You're not getting off that easy, but yeah, I totally agree. And for somebody, especially like me, like I've always, I've kind of been hung up a little bit on the fact that I'm like 53 and literally had a full life of setbacks. And it's like I'm pretty new for just a little bit of. I'm new to content creating. I'm literally new to competitive gaming, and I'm new to podcasting. All of this, I'm actually new. And really, it all kind of started to become what it is now for me, based on like when I started with the GGL. The year before, I got, I came home from my liver transplant, and then that June of 24 was the first time I actually started gaming after my transplant and healthy enough to sit at a computer and stuff like that. Then I got my computer, and the best investment I ever made was getting my PC over buying a new Xbox, because after I started streaming, and then I was like, I want to tell my story. I really want to tell my story to help people, right? Not for the like the fame and the money and stuff. It was and I figured, I like to talk a lot, as some people have pointed out, but I figured podcasting was a good way to do it. And so I'm like really new to all. So when you were even calling out like these names of all these things, like bro, like I didn't even know who Kai Cenat was until like I don't know, April of this year or March or whatever. And all these other big names, like, and when you were calling out like some of these casters, and that's the cool thing is I hate that I've missed out on that, but now it's like being in it, I'm starting to learn more and more about all these things, and it's an amazing world. And that's why I like wanting to talk to you. Like casting is something that people don't know a lot about. They don't realize that. They just see the esports, and maybe some don't even take it seriously. Like, how can you call like a game and stuff like that? And that's what I was going to ask you too, is like, what goes into it? Like when because you have to obviously, the biggest thing is, do you have to have knowledge of the game, or just knowledge of gaming? Or like, what goes into it when you go to cast? Like, what's it like? Like,
so that's kind of a double-edged question on that front.
You're welcome.
So best way I can phrase it is, gaming, I can't even say it's fully knowledge of gaming. My first ever cast, I only had about 3 or 2 other tournaments I've ever competed in beforehand. My knowledge of the game I was casting in was kind of low. I didn't know half the characters. But what carries casters, honestly, is how well they can engage, how well they can capture the people who are watching to keep on watching. Like, sure, It's always good to have one person who fully understands what they're saying in a game, in a match. It's perfect to have one person do that. But one person just being that know-all, be-all, sometimes is not always just the best answer fully. Because if that person who's know-all, be-all isn't entertaining, isn't catching anybody's eyes on what's going on or keeping them attentive to the game, then there's no point. So it's kind of a mix. Like how good your personality is with talking to people while how much of the game you know. That's why majority of casters you see work in pairs of two.
Yeah, because you guys, I mean, that's a good thing because you guys, that's like I think Semi-Cat's touched on it, that you kind of like bounce off of each other. You like feed off of each other, right? You go back and forth. And
yeah.
And so like
the energy has to be there between you and the other caster. Some casters just naturally have the ability to pick up on what's going on, and some casters just flow very well with other people. Like I feel both Sammy and I both have natural abilities to flow with a multitude of people, regardless of their what's the best word for it? I want to say and like we can flow with regardless of what the person's entertainment value is. In trying to say it in more of a business sense, somebody's entertainment value when talking about something, I'm pretty sure both Sammy and I can easily flow with the variety of what kind of level they give.
Yeah, and that's cool. I think that's a skill in itself.
Yeah, and the thing is, having that ability to communicate with people regardless of knowledge of the game is also a crucial, important thing.
Yeah, I mean, it would help. It's like someone trying to call a football game that doesn't like know football, right?
But as long as their personality shows through it, they may not know everything about football, but if they're entertaining enough to catch new viewers or keep the recurring viewers to keep coming back, they still fit for casting. Because the game is something you can learn.
Well, it's like
communicating and engagement is different.
Yeah, it's like too, I use the NFL as an example. It's like you have an analyst and you have a color commentator, right? You have the one that analyzes the actual like gameplay, and the other guy that is the personality. Not to say that the analyst isn't a personality, but then you have that color commentator, which is exactly that. It's that color commentary. It spices it up. It takes different things out of the game. That's not the technical like plays of the game, stuff like that.
Yeah, the same terms are used: play-by-play caster and color caster. It still falls into play. Like anybody who wants to get into casting can get into it without knowing the game, as long as they're an entertaining color caster. Like if they may not watch the game enough to know what's going on, but if they can give off that energy, like I'm gonna use Smash Bros for an example. If you see somebody throw, like let's say you see Captain Falcon throw Mario off stage and they go for a spike, or a dunk or whatever you want to call it, where they're instantly trying to take him off the map by sending him straight to the bottom of the map. Somebody who doesn't know the game, a color caster who doesn't know the game, will physically feel that level of disrespect that they're doing to the other competitor, and will feel the hype of it happening and will be able to express it. A play-by-play will say exactly the combo from grab to forward throw into neutral to forward air into down air. That's the play-by-play call. But the color caster is just going to be like, oh my god, let's go! That kind of thing. They don't need to know what's going to be happening. They don't. But as long as they're giving off that energy, it still makes up for the play-by-play not being exactly the same.
Yeah, and I would like to point out that one of the first times I met you was right after I was in my first of 3 Marvel Rivals tournaments, and I was lucky enough, and I honestly thought it was more like it was kind of an honor. And I think CJ even like low key like messaged me about like, dude, they're like casting you or something like that.
Oh yeah,
and you
I was casting you.
You casted me. Now, to be clear, what happened was not very good gameplay on my part. I really dropped the ball, and I did you
point out the
very
fact.
nicely like called it out. But I still thought like, oh my god, that like I felt like. I guess celebrity status in the sense that you were, and then all the stuff that I learned from like Blessed and you guys, but being casted by you, and I was listening to it, and unfortunately it wasn't my most glamorous moment of gameplay, but it was kind of an honor being casted. I was like, this is freaking cool. And I remember that, so that was pretty cool. And I never thanked you for that. And I never like got a chance to talk to you about it, but it was interesting. Yeah, I'm a little like, and to be fair, that was my first. That was actually the first tournament ever I've played in competitively, ever. And like I said, until the GGL, I didn't even know what competitive until the GGL and you know before I had my medical my stuff. My entire gaming career was. Gaming and getting drunk and then yelling at people, right? That was it. So like getting into, I never even knew what competitive gaming was. Even when I started gaming after I got back from the transplant, it was just playing with people, trying to meet new people online. I joined a Gamer Dads group to try to find people to play with, it was just me, I had to reset my gamer tag. And then when I found the GGL, I never thought I'd play in I know it wasn't super competitive, but it was a competitive tournament. We were playing against all you pros, like I said earlier when I said I remember you guys and I remember some of the experience of learning, taking lickings and whoopings and getting rolled and all this, but so I never even was a part of any of this. Like, this is all still new to me. I'm like a newbie. Like, I'm 1 year in, well, a little over 1 year in, maybe a year and a half in, and stuff like that. But even though I didn't do great in that tournament, but I do remember Blessed teaching me before that, and from what I was doing before I even had Blessed help me in that tournament, I know that moment wasn't the greatest. Like, people were sending me all these compliments, which for me was amazing, for a lot of reasons, feeling like a shadow, never gaming competitively, nervous to talk to all these people, and I had all these people going, oh my god, this and that, and then to have you on top of that, commentate, and whether or not it was my best moment, it just was it was just one of those iconic moments that I got to experience in my life that I never did ever in my life prior, and it just was kind of like a little badge of honor that I keep with me. And so when I went to finally ask you to talk, I was like, I wanted to at least talk to you about that. And, one, thank you for that. And two, thank you for being, pretty nice. Cause you could have been like, what is this guy doing? But it was just like a little badge of honor. It was really cool.
No, I appreciate you thanking me for it. But in the sense of when it comes to casting, I want to say it comes from because of the fact that I've been at at a regional level, almost went to a super tournament, which something similar or in perspective of super tournament. A very famous one is CEO, which is a major fighting game tournament that's hosted in the fall in Orlando. I had an invitation to it, but I couldn't go and cast. I had the caster's badge to go for that tournament if I were to have gone. When it comes to casting, I had the experience to cast at that level, at a professional level. At a professional level, you do not talk down about anybody. You really don't. You could say something was a bad mistake taken, but you still respect the fact that the person attempted to do something. Because famous saying, I believe it was Michael Jordan, and if I'm wrong on it, I am sorry. I'm gonna get flack for it. I don't care. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So, sure, you may have done the wrong take, but the fact that you still did the take means the fact that you had the confidence to try it. You had the confidence to think, hey, this is the best play that I can do. It's not anything wrong towards it, because at the end of it all, we are all playing the game. We are, in the sense, all of us that are competing in it or playing it are all playing to learn what is the best tactic, what is what people call the meta. So you can't fault somebody who barely plays the game for not understanding how the meta works. They're not going to have the same amount of time as somebody who puts 700 to 800 hours into a game in 3 months.
Yeah. Two things. One, it's Wayne Gretzky that said it. CJ just.
Oh, it's Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky.
CJ, thank you, CJ, for correcting me.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was Jordan because of all the people that post saying that say Jordan say it. But I knew there might have been. I knew there was probably somebody else before him that said it.
Yeah. Just for your sake, but yeah. And I know that you wouldn't, and I know that's like, yeah, you don't talk bad, and I'm not saying you would. You know, I joke about like you would have every right to go like, what is this guy doing? Because I'm going to tell you right now, when I went into that tournament, like I said, first ever competitive anything I've ever done, other than drinking and playing with my buddies and yelling at people. Right? It was like I was scared shitless, and I think by the third tournament, I think I've come a long way in improvement. You talk about keyboard and mouse. We don't have to necessarily get into that, but like I'm like so much better on that now from the moments of training with Blessed and all that. But I just remember that moment that when I went back and listened to the casted, I was like, oh God, at least he wasn't too brutal on me. And but like you said, right, I went for it. There were actually the next tournament, I think after that, I wasn't gonna do it, or the one after. And I would like to point out that CJ, the polar bear, if he's around here, you guys all might know him.
Yeah, he's in here.
Yeah, I know he is. I'm just he basically like dragged me into that one because I wasn't gonna do it for like I think it was the second one because I came out of it like one a little butthurt because I didn't I was like, but it was a first tournament. I didn't know like how to react out of that and stuff like that. And I think I've grown as far as that from those, I mean, everybody has their feelings on the tournaments, how they should go, what's going on. But as far as like, going into that next tournament, I wasn't going to go because I didn't think I was ready for it. And then he's like, go fire up the game. And then, and then watch how you do. And I guarantee you're going to be playing. And I literally jumped to the next tournament. And now, like, since all that, I've been in 3 Rivals tournaments. I jumped in a couple COD tournaments. God, don't get me started. Apex Legends tournament. Don't get me started. And wanting to play all these different games, which I think that touching on the GGL, I think that's what they've done for me there. But back to you and stuff like that. And that's the thing too, is casting is also like even in commentating on football games, you have to be where you can't talk and be like, what a dumb play or what is this guy doing and stuff like that. You have to be very objective, but you were like, you could have been, right? You could have just been like, dude, what are you doing? But I just thought it was more like, I didn't care if it was good or bad. I was like immortalized in the casting of a tournament and like something I'd never been a part of. And I thought it was awesome. And the fact that we're talking and that it was you, like that's why I appreciate like that you did that, and it was just amazing. And then when CJ was pointing out to me like, dude, they're casting you, I'm like, what? Wait, what? What's going on? Like, I didn't. That's I made it. Never experienced.
I made it clear I wanted to cast you. Just an FYI, I was looking for your game throughout the. I was trying to find somebody who was on your team or somebody that was playing against you to find your game because I didn't have many of the GGL people added.
Right.
So I made sure I was going after having you add, being able to cast your match because I wanted to see how much you've improved, how much I knew you were putting the effort in. I knew your backstory, and actually, I kind of want to touch back to one of your questions previously about casting, how somebody gets into it.
Yeah.
Some of the topics that people in esports casting do, and you actually see it in football and other sports, they'll talk about a specific player's backstory. Like how they came about, like for basketball, what college they came from, what their average was during college, if they're in their rookie year, stuff like that. Esports, it's similar. If they know, if one of the casters knows somebody is trying to improve or somebody has been making waves of some kind in the space, they'll make comments like, hey, look, this person came into this with almost no experience and this is how they're doing now. It is a common thing to see in casting, like in locals or regionals, or in the open. Like if you were to ever watch, I know you don't like Apex, but Apex has
this ain't about me.
I know, but I want to give you I'm trying to give you an example.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Apex had the ALGS Open in New Orleans, where it was open to teams to qualify and then enter to win the actual tournament. So you see people from different divisions and everything. So they're talking about teams that have never played at a pro level, some of which making it all the way to finals. Never played in the pro level before, making it all the way to finals, and they were like, all the casters were talking about it. Like, sure, they're not playing the prettiest game. They don't have the best aim, but they're playing it smart still. Like they'll still talk about it in a sense of, look, this person is not known to anybody, but look at how far they've come. Like it's a story to still talk about. There's always a story to talk about. On a separate note, I do want to plug this in just for personal references. If anybody ever just wants to vibe out or hang out with me, you could add me on PlayStation, which would be TTV.3MP I think it is. Hold on, just double checking here.
Can you drop that in the chat after you?
Yeah, TTV-3MP or you can find me on Twitch and just on Twitch 3MP Shippo, and I'll send you the info or I'll put my name on screen so you're able to add me in that moment.
You can drop your link in my Twitch chat, or I can have my mod drop it.
Yeah, you could have your mod do it. It's just 3MP Shippo on Twitch. But it's more of just so that people understand. If anybody does have any questions about wanting to get into casting, they're more than welcome to hit me up. Or if they just want to play Marvel with me, because I'm trying to refresh my Marvel memory, they're more than welcome to, too. You will probably hear me crash out about Marvel.
Yeah, I've thought about the casting thing. I think maybe being trying to do this podcasting and stuff like that. But I don't... I've thought about it, but then, I don't know, like... how to be one. Like I know how to do like the team. Like I thought we had a really good team put together for the Third Rivals tournament, and the communication was absolutely on point, and I love doing that stuff, calling things out in games. When I played Warzone, when I play Arc Raiders, like the goated Arc Raiders, by the way, I love that, but I don't know like how to like go about, like how do you like go about casting, and like what do you, I don't know how to ask it. Like so everybody's gonna have their own style, and some people are talkers and some people are not talkers. Some people are good communication on playing, like working with your team in a game, but some people outside of it don't like, it's hard for them to like explain the game, and I don't know if like I could, cast in a sense, because I thought about it, because I want to learn all those aspects. I think it's really cool what you guys do, and I've always dreamed about like commentating like a football game, because I used to play it. I don't play football anymore, but I love commentators and I love listening to that, and I would want to like, get into that. So, I guess.
Want me to tell you one of the easiest ways to do it?
Yeah.
Just dive right into Marvel Rivals, watch a replay, and try just by yourself telling yourself what's going on, or try to tell chat, hey, look, this is what's going on, or oh my god, that, like, try to react blindly to somebody else's gameplay.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me nervous is not to talk about it, but like the way my brain decides it wants to work now, I get scared that I would be in the middle of like calling this and then just lose track of what I was saying, or stumble over my words and stuff like that.
It will happen. I am telling you, it will happen. It's happened to me multiple times. It still happens to me to this day. It's going to happen because games are, especially games like Marvel, or even worse, like how I was in the fighting game scene, things can flip like a light switch. Possession, who's in the lead, who has control, all of that can change in a second. But the only way to just try is just diving into it. Like actually just giving it a shot. The reason why I say Rivals, and I think Overwatch as well can fall into the same spectrum on this, it's because it has such an easy to access replay system that you can, if you want, you could go to the leaderboards, pick one of the top players, watch how they play, and try to cast what's going on or react, just straight reacting. React content is the same thing as casting because reactions is what color casters do. So you can start off with reacting to a top player's gameplay and then ease your way into play-by-play, which is saying what's actually happening in the moment in the match, what they're doing. Like, I can sit there and talk about Doctor Strange being on point, shielding off using his primary ability, his primary fire, and then popping the Eye of Agamotto so his team's Jeff can pop its Jeff and full eat the enemy team to spit them off the edge of the map. Like, I can say that play by play, thinking about it, but sometimes in the moment, it's going so quickly that I can't fully say it. I am like, you see Strange here, and sometimes I can't even say the name of the ult because it's not fluidly in my head yet. I want to memorize it. But I'll say, Strange here is popping ult just so Jeff can combo. I just shortened what you would see at a pro level. The pro level will say the ult. Strange just popped Eye of Agamotto for his Jeff to combo with its Jeff. I just said in the shorthand because of the fact that it's in the moment. Strange popped ult so his Jeff can combo it with his ult. That was me shortening it. But at the tier 1 scene, it's literally they're naming the abilities. Nobody is expecting you to be at tier 1. But at the same time, what you want to get to is be able, if you want to do play-by-play, is at least be at that second point of where I'm talking about. But if you just want to get started, you just want to react to like, oh my God, this just happened. Like, that was an amazing play. Just the fact that you recognized they did this play. Is that reaction alone is the start of being a caster. Getting that reaction out.
I think I might have that part down though, because if you ever watch like you probably, but on my podcast sometimes we do like TikToks, and I even told myself about like doing reaction videos. I have very I guess loud reactions, you could say, to some of the things that I see. I just get worried about like how would I call it, and I don't know. Here's the other thing too is like I know the games, I play the games, I've been a gamer my whole life, but again, getting into like this side of things is really brand new to me, that I don't know necessarily like all the things, like saying like, oh, he just popped his ult, which I know that kind of stuff, but like I don't know all the skills and abilities of all the players, or how to say it in the right terminology. It's more like, holy crap,
okay, so I can
do that.
I could probably throw something that you do understand then. You're an avid watcher of football, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So why not trying it with reacting to Madden content? Watching Madden matches, reacting with Madden matches. It's like reacting to a football game. You know the rules for football. In the same sense, you're plugging in. Like, yes, the game itself has its own casters, but you're doing your own genuine reaction content.
Yeah.
So in that same content, you're giving it a shot. You're actually tasting it for yourself because you know what the sport plays like. You know what the rules are. Like, if you see a flag on the play, like, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to guess he was holding, or it's a face mask, or
dude,
low block.
I could call penalties on a football field before they're even, like, announced, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where it starts. Dude, that kind of, it's a passion for something. Like, I guess I'm re-answering your previous question. Casting isn't game sense or game knowledge; it's passion of the game.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get it. Yeah, I get it. Sufi, initiation or intuition is a big part of it. Is it? Yeah, because like I mean, if you ever watch like football, and that's a good. I mean, I appreciate that because that's a good idea. Because I have like thought about it, you know, outside of like the podcasting and stuff, is being someone that talks a lot. That
professional yapper here.
Yeah, professional yapper. Yeah, this is why I did this. Is that I do have an intuition. Like I necessarily. Yeah, I'll know like when plays are going to happen. I used to have a really good intuition. Like, I know this is a little bit of a stretch, but when I was in AP and I caught people saying, I could read people like a mile away, and that is no joke. The literal term, like people would be walking a mile out of the store, and I knew they were going to come in and do something. But like, I have intuition like with games and stuff in sports, and I'm like, I know. I go that flag. I can tell you right now what that flag is for. Because of when it came out, where it came out, and how fast it came out. I'm like, that is holding. There goes our touchdown. Don't even get excited, right? Like I could already tell it. So, I just, I think I would be more if there is such a thing like the commentator side. And this isn't me. I'm not like putting out a resume or anything. I'm just saying if somebody like me had thought about getting into it, you want to do the part of it that is definitely like your niche or your niche or however you say the word, that
niche, your niche, what you're passionate about.
Somebody that can call the actual, like, he's about to, Strange with his, his ult, this and this and that and all the technical terms, whereas I could be like, yeah, and now they just pushed, and I can tell you right now the way that they're moving on that right side, these guys are going to flank them over here. Like I could call more of like, yeah, which would be cool, and it's interesting because it's cool. For me, like I'm a nerd and a geek my whole life and a gamer and all that. That like to me, even still at my seasoned old age of 53, like it is cool hearing people call a video game because like the mentality that the GGL is trying to push and a lot of people don't understand is like everybody games that gaming isn't just something that you waste your time doing. That's not beneficial, that there's no way to make a living or money off of it, or that it's not a real sport, or that there's not all this involved in it, that like it's cool. It's like really cool to hear people call a video game. Like I love it. Sufi says gaming is my life. Absolutely. And that's the thing for me is that I feel like I wish. Like, I've been gaming my whole life, but it's to some people, it probably sounds like I'm an absolute noob, right? I did not learn keyboard and mouse until March of this year, and I've been improving ever since. And now, after gaming on a controller for my gaming life, I started gaming at 5. I'm now 53. Up until literally March of last year, I guess we can say now. It was all controller, and now I do not like using a controller. I love using keyboard and mouse, but go ahead.
The person who taught me how to play keyboard and mouse properly is Sufi.
Yeah, that's cool, and that's cool. For me, it was Blessed, Real Blessed, who's in the GGL. Shout out to him. And you guys, I think you guys, and I told you earlier that you guys were making all these awesome comments. Like CJ's like, dude, you need to look in like the general chat, and all these comments were after that tournament, and the one that you casted was the improvement that people saw like 2 hours after Real Blessed had come in and taught me how to properly, like do this and do that with the keyboard and the mouse, and took me for 2 hours into the Marvel Rivals training room or whatever it is in there, and like it was a big shout out to him. Yeah, the practice arena.
That's where I'm currently at myself right now.
That's funny. That he like that people were noticing that, and I thought that was cool because it was just something that I'd never been a part of. And Sufi says gaming is life, and that's for me, and I think for all of us. And I just think that people that are outside of gaming don't understand like what an absolute like lifestyle it is, right? Gaming isn't something you do. Gaming is like something you live, right? It is an absolute lifestyle. And everybody games in one way or another. If you've played on your phone, you're a gamer, but there are people that game, and then there are people that gaming is your life, right? And that's absolutely where I'm at. So it's just amazing seeing these things that I didn't even know being a gamer. And I talk about being a gamer my whole life, but I'm like seeing all these things that I never even saw that exist in the gaming, and I'm even getting a new, more like perspective of overall like how serious like gaming is. And it's more than just playing a game, right? It's an absolute 1000% lifestyle. It is a very fruitful, good, healthy, amazing, energetic, awesome, very proud thing to walk around and say that you are a gamer or that you are a lifetime gamer. In a lot of circles, it is, people treat it like it's not. I've had ex-wives, not ex-wives, but an ex-wife, ex-girlfriends that, and other people and that just don't get it. That like, it's a lifestyle like anything else in life. That any other career that you do, you can make a career in it. Whether it's the tournaments, whether it's casting, whether it's, anything like working within a, within the, like something like the GGL. Anything like that, going like cons and stuff like that, like it's an absolute 1000% lifestyle. It is my life. I think it's a lot of our lives, and it's pretty cool, like finding out a new aspect of like gaming. Because I was gonna ask you too, on top of that, is like, aside from casting, are you like a full-on competitive gaming, or are you leaning more towards you enjoy doing the casting side of things and not so much like, oh, I want to be a full-time esports gamer, or do you want to be like the full-time caster? Like, where's your like needle on that spectrum?
I already took my attempts for pro gaming, and honestly, if I were offered to be in a dad league, I'll play in a dad league. But aside from that, I probably would just stick to casting. Because I don't see myself competing against 15, 16-year-olds anymore, who have a lot more free time and a lot more malleable mindset.
So let me ask you a question. From somebody like me that obviously, like, I've gamed my whole life, but I'm and this isn't like to talk down, I'm not a pro gamer by any means. I'm an average to above average, maybe a good gamer in a lot of games, or in some games, but is it like... And I think, like I talk about the GGL, I think they're less a die-hard, try-hard esports league as opposed to, a full entertainment league with competitive gaming. But is there a line where, like, it's, everybody games, but are only the pro gamers the ones that are going to get the team or get the money in the tournaments? Like, I always am under a philosophy, but for the fact that, and maybe I could be, maybe now that I'm finally getting into this, I could be one of the best, but my philosophy is I want to, at the very least, being good enough that I help my team either win or know that if we lost, we all left it out there on the proverbial field. In this case, it's not a field, but that is it like you have to be uber competitive, you have to be the top of the leaderboards, you have to be the best at it, and that's what's going to put you in that? Or is it like, do people like, I'm going to ask for myself, like, do people like me have a legitimate shot at whether it's the GGL or anything, or is it maybe like, kind of find your thing over here separate? Like, I do my podcast, I still want to do that even if I make a team, and I do want to make a team. My game level, at least right now, is I'm not a pro, but to be on like competitive, I hate to use the word esports. I think they're a little bit different than maybe what my perception of like the GGL leagues are.
If we're gonna talk about the GGL, I'm gonna refer to the GGL as like the WWE. You have to somewhat look the part, like right. You just have to be above average, in my opinion. But they don't expect you to be a top 1 percentile player.
Yeah, and that was. For the GGL aspect, that was kind of my thing.
The GGL, I myself do not feel that it's going to be the top 1 percentile, because I'm going to be direct. I personally feel I could sweep Cash in Tekken, even regardless of the fact that Jumpman was just throwing lows at her the whole time. Literally pulling the old Mortal Kombat 2 strat, just low sweep kick. Yeah, no. if the fact that you're getting tilted on them catching you on something simple as that, that tells me that they're not really aiming for super high tier, but they're wanting somebody with entertainment value. Now, don't get me wrong, on Neo's team, they did have a top 5 Gears of War player on his team.
Let's go.
So he did have a top 5 player in the world on Neo's team for Gears of War. But that was just 1 out of what? 9 people? That in that same aspect, it's like what I feel like they want is people who are great at personalities and giving that shot out across the world. Like, you have to be above average on games, yes. Like, somewhat competent in the game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, be a personable personality for content and all that stuff.
So what you're saying is I got it in the bag.
I'm saying you have a chance.
So you're
because
saying
you have
there's
a great
a
personality.
chance. Yes.
Yes, there's a chance. Everybody has a chance.
Yeah,
it just depends on what the game is.
Yeah.
Like I could see you beating me in a game of Madden because you know football better than I do.
I will smoke you.
But now let's say we're playing FIFA. You're not gonna have any hands on me on FIFA because FIFA's my cup of tea.
No.
But again, everybody has their niches.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree.
It just all varies on what the team like. If it's GGL specific, in my opinion, it's gonna be what the celebrity feels best fits his team's personality, as well as what the games are that they're planning to do for that season.
Yeah. So that's another. I literally, like I told you in my interview, but I really am curious. Like, are you hoping to be on a team, or are you hoping to be like one of the casters as part of?
I'm hoping to be one of the. I want to be one of the casters because I feel like I have an amazing personality that could be on TV. I've gotten it multiple times before. I back a few years ago, I was offered a job to be on the radio, and the thing was, it was to be on a sports podcast. I don't know sports like that, but the guy wanted me because my voice fit perfectly for radio.
Yeah.
And I told him, thank you for the compliment, but I would feel uncomfortable doing something I'm not passionate about. I'm not passionate about sports. If you were to tell me, hey, yeah, we're doing a radio show about esports, hell yeah, I'm in. Tell me when I'm starting. Like, I'll do with $20 an hour. I don't care. Just tell me when I'm starting. But it all depends on what your passion falls in. Like, if you want to play at a competitive level, it's always good to have an obsessive mindset of being the best player. It's always good to have that. Because it doesn't stop at GGL. There's going to be other leagues that you could potentially have a chance for on the way up through the GGL. There's going to be other opportunities, other tournaments that show up. Some of which will require you to play at a higher than above average. So having that obsession of I want to be better than my opponent is great to have.
I do, not on like a destructive level, and I think that's where like sometimes I think the really like serious esports league is there's like I don't know if that's the best word, but like I want it like I'll for my part to talk about me versus is like yeah I do want to make a team, but I also would love to do like be the guy that like you know like for you know it's casting the games. For me it's podcasting, right? I would love to podcast leading up to a tournament, potentially be in the tournament, and then have a big podcast like after about the whole thing and stuff like that. And you know, even a podcast where we bring all the casters on. I mean, it kind of writes itself, right? A podcast, but you know, is like having like all you guys come on and talk about it and stuff like that. Like I would love to, and I want to be like good enough to be on a team. Do I want to beat the other team? Yeah, not on a destructive level, but like on a oh my god I did it level. would be awesome. But I do want to like shout you out that I really hope that you do. I guess I don't know how they're doing it, but become like a full-time caster for the GGL. Like, I really like you're awesome. We hang out in the Discord sometimes, but I really hope that like because it's cool. Like I said, I went and watched you guys on your big step of GG on Twitch and stuff, and listened to you and Sammy Cats and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's just cool. For me, that kind of stuff is cool. Being a gamer and a nerd and a geek, and my whole life, like listening to people like commentate on a video game, also being a huge sports fanatic and playing sports and listening to all those commentary, it's freaking cool, and it's amazing. And I definitely like think they should hire you on, or however that goes. I think you would do amazing. You do have a good personality. We were hanging out this morning. I think like we have a good vibe, and you have a good vibe with people, and this is also why I do it, is so people know you, because like you're a cool dude, and this is exactly the vibe that I want when people come to podcasts. Is you're like somebody I want to just hang out at my house and sit there and shoot the shit and have just this amazing conversation, and that people don't get that even from a little bit of time with you in a Discord for a little bit, but they don't get it from just seeing a name or passing through or comments that you make. When you really get to sit and talk and listen to people and feel their vibe, like on that level, it's awesome. And I definitely you're a cool guy. We've gotten in some good discussions. We've got discussions about Gears of War, stuff like that. And like a lot of people don't get to know you. It's just a name, and I want people to know like you, so that when they start talking to you, they're like, oh yeah, I remember when you were talking, and not because of me, but like when you were talking to Cutter and you said this stuff like that about casting. I'm kind of interested. It opens up, like, there you go. You've got someone interested, and then you get to be like the guy that like helps these people out, and I think that's amazing. So I absolutely like hope you do. I hope like they pick you, or whatever the right terminology is I'm trying to use. I hope you like cast like the GGL. That would be freaking amazing. And then I could be like, hey, I know that guy, and then be like, do you want to come on my podcast now that you're super famous? And you'll be like, yeah, I'll have my people. I'll have my people call your people.
That's funny, Boomer. Not Boomer. It's not gonna be like that. Always be the same old person. I'm gonna always be easy to approach. The only thing I'm probably gonna say is, hey, look, I have a date night planned with the wife. That's about probably the only thing that I would ever say. I have to talk to the wife first. That's the only thing that would probably come out of my mouth.
Yeah. So yeah, right. Of course. Now that's something that you didn't have to do before, and now now you got a new. But I mean, obviously, and that's the thing I didn't get a chance to say too, is that congratulations that you are getting married. I'm glad you found this person, and you talk about her and I know you're aware of what happened this past year in September with me, that's the same, the passion that you have with her about like her being like you're literally your soulmate, like your entire future is like, it's like that's the same thing I had with my late girlfriend. That's amazing, and I'm super happy for you. I know it's hard for me to like. It's not like I don't like happy people. It's hard for me because it makes me envious of like I wish I could go back and have that again. So I'm really happy for you, honestly. I know you kind of popped a statement in there and said she said yes, and then you got quiet. So at first I was like, what's he talking about? And then I go, it's got to be he met a girlfriend. And then it was like, I want to be really happy for him. And then for a minute, it's like, God, I miss my girl. But then it's like, you know what? This is the kind of thing I had with her, and that he has that with his girl, that he's like shouting it out in the GGL. Like I hope all the amazing things for him, and like for you guys. And that's amazing that you found her and hold on to her. And I'm gonna tell you just something from my heart is like just randomly, like without a reason or say I love you, just walk up and like just hug her, just like give her like the biggest hug from time to time. My late girlfriend and I talked about like really important things in our relationship was like the little things, like if you mention at some point just in passing about like a favorite like character, and then one day you're out at a store and you just randomly see like a lanyard, and she likes lanyards, and then it's got her favorite character and you just get it. To me, it speaks more volumes than if you walk home with 3,000 roses. Now, if your fiance or your wife likes that, that's great. But just do me a favor, because I am happy for you. I don't want you to think that. And I wanted to talk to you about it because congratulations that you're getting married and that you found this girl. that makes you feel that way. You know, like make sure you count on the little things, and then just randomly just walk up one day and just hug her and don't even tell her why. You know, so you get, because that reaction of like, what was that for? Like, there doesn't even have to be an explanation of that. And I think that you have that with her, and you're a good person that deserves that. And I think that's really cool that you have that and hang on to it. You know, I'm not going to get morbid and say like, we don't, appreciate life, but appreciate it. And I know you will, because you seem like that guy. You have that personality. And it's a good way by you coming on here just for people to see that. And I wish like you the best in that aspect. Absolutely. She sounds amazing. I would love, if you ever want to bring her around and say hi, bring her on the podcast, bring her in a chat.
I did have it planned for her to join the podcast today, but she picked up a shift at work, so I couldn't drag her in, unfortunately. But I did have thoughts of bringing her in today.
Yeah, she's like, oh, wait, you want me to go on Cutter's podcast? I got it. Oh, there's this thing I got to do.
Yeah, no, there's a shift that just opened up.
This just opened up. They said don't take it, but I think I'm gonna. But no, in all seriousness, like, absolutely congratulations. And everybody else out there that has somebody, like, I know CJ and Violet are married, like, just randomly, like, make sure you guys, like, walk up and, just hug her out of the blue and don't even say why. Yeah. But that's amazing, so congratulations. I expect an invitation to the wedding. I joke.
Yeah, we'll send you to the. We'll probably try to do it in the DR or something.
And if not,
have a nice little Caribbean party.
Yeah, or if you stream it, I'll watch party it for everybody.
A live stream,
podcast, whatever. But in all seriousness, like that's cool. Good. I wish you all the best. You sound like you guys. They're like two perfect people that belong together, so that's amazing. And then I really hope that the casting goes really good. I really hope you get to cast the GGL, and hey, maybe you'll actually call me on a team, and then maybe you'll come on the podcast again when you're killing it.
Step by step. First and foremost, I got to tackle tomorrow's cast for the Big Steppers. That right now is my main focus.
Which everybody make sure you go check that out. It's 10 a.m. West Coast, 1 p.m.
Or go ahead, do this now. Go out, give us a follow at Big Steppers GG, and hit the bell icon, that notification, so you know when we go live. So even if you don't get there right at 10 o'clock, you have that notification on your phone saying like, "Oh yeah, let me get this open now."
Yeah, absolutely. And we did shout them out in the chat, so people have a link to that. Anybody that's in there that's not already following them and stuff like that. So, but I will definitely be in there. Like I said, I like to edit while I do that. I'm like, I have ADD and ADHD and all this stuff. Like, I have to do like 7 things at once. So I'll be like editing and then watching you guys. But and totally like good luck and everything. The Big Steppers are killing it. I think we all equally like at some point have that same dream of like being in their position. So. Definitely root them on, and you never know, it may be people rooting us on. Root your casters on, like 3M, like it's amazing. They're awesome people.
You could to make things easier, you guys could just, or you could call me Rick.
So
Shipper Rick.
Yeah. So anyway, it was really cool that you agreed to come on too. Like I'm
honored to have been on. I'm glad to be your first show of the year.
Yeah, and that's true. He is the first guest show of the year, and that's amazing.
Of 2026, kicking it off hard, kicking it off hot. Let's go.
And hopefully the first of many. So let's go. But if anybody, like, I know Violent CJ, you guys are still in here. If anybody in the chat, oh, hold on, I just screwed up. Give me 1 second.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know what I did here.
No worries.
Okay, sorry guys. I meant to hit this over here and I closed it out. If you guys have any questions for Mr. Shippo, otherwise I'm gonna at this point rate out on my Twitch channel and then go.
Well, actually, I was thinking about planning to go up myself because I need to freshen up on Marvel. And I already have my Marvel loaded up. If you want me to just go live.
If you go live, we will raid you out. Let's do that.
All right, give me a second here to get this up and running.
So if anybody has anything for him, but it was amazing.
You guys could say it in the chat if anything. If you guys have actual questions.
Oh God, here goes Violet. What's your favorite color? And don't say violet.
It's
cheating.
Actually, no. Funny enough, my favorite color is purple. My favorite color is purple, and then second is teal.
Oh, violet. So that's it. I mean, you know what? Everything else was leading up to that absolutely stellar, stunning, game-breaking question of the podcast. Well, what was your favorite color? everything else led up to that moment.
Yeah, what's your favorite color? Purple. All right. I just want to say thank you again, Cutter, for having me. Thank you, everybody. I do hope to see you guys on the Big Steppers broadcast tomorrow. Just gonna say one of our famous things: you just gotta step up.
Hence.
Alrighty, you guys.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah.
Go live and we'll raid you out here, buddy.
No, I just went live. I'm about to set up my VC in another channel.
All right. Thanks.
Catch you later, Cutter.
All right, I appreciate you, buddy. Okay, guys. So we're gonna go raid him out. So that's cool. Thanks you guys for hanging out and everybody that came in and has since left, which is awesome. But thanks you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna pull him up and we're gonna go raid out Shippo. I appreciate it, CJ. Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna after this, I'm gonna raid him out real quick here, and then I'm gonna jump out of here, and then I'm gonna go get some dinner, and then I will be back. We might watch a show on my Discord, but after that, we will be playing some Arc Raiders, and then you guys a shout out. Make sure you check out anybody that's in the chat in the GGL from the GGL. Violet's putting on a thing tomorrow. It's usually zombies, but apparently this whole Fortnite thing's gone to her freaking head. So let's go all make her happy and let's go play some Fortnite. But yeah, go check that out. Go play some Fortnite. Tomorrow is not Sunday. And I didn't say tomorrow. What I meant was the tomorrow after tomorrow, which would be Sunday. So not tomorrow, Sunday. And what time is it? Is it 12? It's 12 Pacific? So 12 our time? Tomorrow times 2, thank you. Yeah. Is it actually going to start at 12? Or is it going to start at like 2:45? Yes, sir? Yes, sir? You're playing at 2? Okay, it starts at noon, but you're playing at 2. Okay. After chips, yeah. Oh, my lord, your nails. Okay. On that note, we're going to let her figure out her nail problem. Go get her. She probably needs a snack if she hasn't already been doing it. I love you guys. You guys are a legend. CJ, I'm not going to put you on blast and say you still owe me Battlefield and you still owe me Arc Raiders, but I love you, man, and we'll get it done at some point. But I will try to be there, guys. Fortnite is really hard for me to participate in, but I will do it because I love you guys, so I will most likely be there. But thanks for hanging out, and I'm going to jump out of here after I raid Shippo. And we'll go show him some love real quick while he's over there, and he's about to play some rivals. Battlefield Arc and Pod 2026. Let's go. Don't make me wait till 2027. That's all I'm going to say. Please. Please. Okay. All right, so there we go. All right, guys. I'm going to hop out. Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
Yes, go, Cutter, Shippo. Thank you for the raid.